Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Mukluk Streams. I'm your charming, self-proclaimed, yet still humble host, Mukluk. And today, we are back in Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader, where last time, we got rid of a certain traitorous, sort of elf member of our party, and we met the Space Marine, finally. So the 8-foot-tall piece of twisted steel and schmex appeal has joined the show. And oh, he's got his armor now.
Take leave of their gods.
Last time, we couldn't get his armor to show up.
This will help me paint my WH miniatures.
Hey, Alpha Rider, thank you, buddy. Let's see. Okay, hold on a sec. Astartes bolt pistol. All right, so I can do that. Astartes bolter 19 to 30.
Guys, look at me! I'm so curvy.
So curvy. All right, 19 to 30. Alright, so he's got a two-handed gun and then a one-handed gun with a sword. Alright, what other gear can we give him? Wolf Pelt Cloak. 10% armor as long as the wearer has done a melee and ranged attack this turn. Every enemy in a 5-cell radius that is smaller gets perplexed. Alright. Alright, so there's his Wolf Pelt Cloak, which has a special graphic just for him. Let's see. What else we got for him? Whenever the wearer dodges, they become a priority target. If you have 8 or more AP at the start of their turn, get 30% damage to the rest of combat. Whenever you hit with a ranged weapon within melee range, the target gains perplexed. Perplexed, they lower their stats. That's a possible use this. Oh wow, he cannot use any of the gloves or boots. Wait, he can use bracers. Bonus to tech use. Okay. Commissar Imperium, Deadeye Shot. I mean, I guess I can't put boots over those boots. That makes a little bit of sense. Alright. Bleeding. Combat Locus. Psi rating thing. Psi rating thing. Deadeye thing. Combat Tactics, no. Psychic Phenomenon. Area Attack. Whenever the wearer of this badge gains stacks of versatility, they also gain 3 momentum. I think this guy uses versatility. Give him some frag grenades. Okay. Alright, so with that, now we gotta figure out how this fella functions. So first of all, alright, so he's a soldier like Argenta. Alright, I am very familiar with run and gun, I know that. Controlled shot, I never got on Argenta. What is this? Give us a sign they are about to open fire. The soldier and their allies automatically dodge the soldier's next attack. Okay, so it turns friendly fire off. Or it turns friendly fire on for a turn. Rapid fire, next burst attack will have its rate of fire doubled, but do less damage. All the shots follow random trajectories, only works with weapons with burst fire. Okay. Alright, and then we got, what is this thing? Arch Militant, which I haven't used. So the Arch Militant's main thing is versatility. Whenever the Arch Militant uses an attack that's of a different type from their previous one, they gain a stack of versatility. The attack types are single shot, single melee, area shot, or burst shot. Arch Militant gains 5 weapon skill and ballistic skill for each stack of versatility. If you have 4 more stacks, you also deal bonus damage. Okay. Kick. Make a melee attack with kick and dealing damage instead of weapon damage. This attack does not count toward attack limit per turn and counts as a single melee attack for the purpose of versatility. Cannot be parried and will push the target 2 cells away. Okay. Targets of kick must pass a toughness check or go prone. Steady superiority. Until the end of combat, the Arch Militant can make an additional attack each turn, including 1 additional attack on the turn. That's their heroic. Gain 1 additional AP on the 20th rank. Okay. Alright. So then we're at the point where we can choose some new skills for this fella. So, let's see what we got. Always ready. Begin combat with 2 stacks of versatility. When entering combat, the archer gains weapon skill and ballistic skill until the end of combat. When entering combat, the Arch Militant gains bonus weapon skill and ballistic skill until the end of combat. Interesting. So just much higher damage chance to hit. Gain a 3% bonus to crit damage for every stack of versatility. This bonus is kept and he's cautious approach. Dependable, gain a bonus to armor for every stack of versatility. This bonus is kept when you use cautious armor approach or confident approach. Preferred target. When the Archmilitant attacks targets at their dodge or reduced by any effects, you gain crit chance. Alright, dependable is a way to stack defense on you while also stacking offense on you. So I think I'm going to get dependable first. Let's see. Strength, toughness. His strength is quite high. Alright, I guess we'll go toughness first. We'll try to balance it out. It looks like his strength, toughness, ballistic skill, weapon skill are all really high, so I'll just choose those. You can mechanically actually use him as mobile cover. Yeah, so apparently if he goes, hits 0 health, he goes into a kneeling position and he becomes cover. And then he recovers over a few turns. Once per combat, he'll get back up from 0 health. That's what the tutorial video told us when we got him. All right, devastating attack. Your next attack, if hit, will cause all the targets to make a toughness resistance check. With a if failed, they suffer negative type of impact. Reckless rush, immediately gain bonus movement points. You have stack versatility. Those stacks are doubled to the end of the turn, but then you lose all stacks. Wildfire, next attack costs 0 AP, will not count toward attack limit this turn, and will grant a stack of versatility even if it's the wrong type. The cost of this ability is reduced by 1 for every 4 stacks. Okay, cautious approach. Instead of the usual bonuses from versatility, you gain dodge and parry for each stack. If you already have 4 more stacks, then they remove slow, blinding, bleeding, burning, and toxin. Okay. Confident approach. Instead of the usual bonuses, you get dodge reduction and parry reduction and ignore enemy cover from your stacks. All of your attacks score critical hits, but the critical damage for those attacks is modified greatly. If you have 4 more stacks, you always deal max damage as long as you keep the confident approach active. Let's try wildfire. Okay. Swift movements or 10% bonus dodge. Okay, demolition, athletics, awareness, carouse, medicate. I don't know that we need any of those. Actually, his demolition is pretty high. So is his athletics. I guess he's kind of in Argenta's space on the team, and she was our demolition person, so we'll give him demolition. Alright. Always ready, begin with 2 stars. Let's get broad expertise just to start combat with some buffs. Strength. Swift movements. Can't go wrong with extra movements. Let's see, always ready. Argenta's gone? No, she's just on the ship. I mean, it's just 6. I have 6 people. No, she's not dead or anything. I don't know that she deserves that yet. Alright, steady superiority. The first time in every combat that the Archmilitant reaches 0 health while under the effects of this, you restore 20% max wounds and lose this effect. Till the end of combat, every attack grants stacking bonus to critical hit chance. Till the end of combat, you don't spend all MP. Additionally, each attack grants a stacking 5% bonus to dodge for 1 round. You gain with heroic down to warrior soldier attacks in combat. Let's get that one. Okay, demolition, athletics is fine. Okay. Preferred targets. Adaptability. Arms Master. Blood Haze. As long as you killed at least 1 enemy with a melee attack this round, you get a bonus to dodge, but that's just for 1 round. Heavy Gunner. Heavy weapon attacks cost -1 action point. Plus 15% damage to targets that have a priority target, regardless of who it is. Awaiting orders. Every round, the first single target ability used by an ally on the Arch Militant grants +1 action point to that ally. Contempt for the Weak. Deals bonus damage to targets that are stunned, prone, or blind. Which, yeah, he's kind of doing prone with the kick. His kick will prone things. That's critical damage, not critical chance. Gains 1 stack of versatility whenever an ally grants the Arch Militant an extra turn. Ooh. That could be useful. We've got multiple officers on the team. Shoot on the hands. Any ranged area and burst attacks of the Arch Militant reduce the weapon skill of all enemies hit by -10. Shoot the hands. Dismantle your area attacks, ranged and melee. Reduce the deflection of enemies hit by 2 and armor by 7% till the end of combat. Alright, I like this. Discipline. Whenever he gets an extra turn, he gets stacking bonuses that don't have an apparent cap. Alright, ballistic skill. Oh boy. Alright, let's see. Brutal Hunter, 15% critical targets with bleeding or less than half health. Trusty weapons, 10% critical hit chance for axes, hammers, and las. Wounded Beast, every injury increases your agility and willpower by 5. Suffer -7 less damage from toxic fire and bleeding. Tenacity. Once per combat, when you are stunned, blinded, or mobilized, this effect is ignored and they gain back 20% health and temp wounds. He's got bolters right now. Let's get him bolt weapon expert. Let me see. Devastating Attack was the one where they make a willpower save, and if they fail it, they get a debuff. Which is bleeding, slow, impact damage, or blind. Power swords and power axes count as energy and rending. Power hammers are energy and impact. Attacks that combine several types of damage will benefit from each effect. Get that, I guess. 3 more. I wish I could like lock in what I've done so far and pause this, but I think it would make me start completely over with this if I did that. Yo, MuklukChat. Hey, Seiko, how you doing? Arms Master. Where's the advanced bolter thing? Bolt Weapons Expert. You, I thought there was a... Okay, yeah, I got Bolt Weapons Expert on a previous level. I thought there was a advanced Bolt Weapon Expert. Maybe there's not. Chain Weapon. He's currently using a Chain Weapon. Breaking Attack.
Hey, look, it's the Tree of Birds. How are you?
Hey, Bird Tree. Whenever you or an ally uses a heroic act or desperate... Or, no, that's not it. Hold on. Here we go. All of your burst attacks reduce the deflection of enemies hit and the armor by enemies hit until the end of combat. So I wonder if you did a burst attack that hit an enemy like 3 times, if it applied the debuff 3 times, or only once since it was just 1 burst attack. I'll do focal point for that one, weapon skill for that one, athletics for that. This list here is the boring list. There's so much in here. It's just like whatever. Hey, Muckiko. Hey, Goose. How you doing? 3% damage for each versatility. I mean, that's okay. I guess we'll take that. Weapon skill. Apply. There we go. Oh my god. Alright, finally. Alright, he's leveled. He's ready to go. Okay. Current thoughts. Let's see. We got Ulfar. Let's check the formation. Let's do that.
What
Now there was that
lies
boss
beyond
down below that steals time. I'm wondering if I can kill that boss now. Muck, you should go and audition as Tom Cruise's devil. There was once upon a time a guy popped into chat and he said, you look like Tom Cruise, but not like the real Tom Cruise. You look like the Tom Cruise you'd get if you couldn't afford Tom Cruise. You're like a budget Tom Cruise. And I was like, thanks. No one's ever told me any of that before. Oh no, what's this? You have insulted the cult of the Fatal Thirst Outsider. You have... what? You have insulted the fighting pit itself. The witches are longing for you to die. Yo, I just got here. Yeah, okay. Wow, they are in my face, aren't they? I am surrounded. Oh, that's right. Ulfar is a 2x2 character. He's a big boy. Is that a compliment or an insult? Yes. Alright, let's try this out. Give Ulfar an extra turn.
Yes, yes. I will carve runes out of your bones.
A wicked thought.
A disgrace.
If I may.
See how the wolf succeeds. I will carve runes out of your bones.
I will carve runes out of your bones. I reveal the light on yourself.
If you insist, Lord Captain. I'm not accustomed to face the navigator's might.
Oh my god, she killed 4, almost 5.
The Old Messiah knows all, comprehends all. My memory venerates you, machine spirits.
My art.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Alright, taunt those
Indeed.
two. Buff everyone with a Word of the Emperor, Shield of the Emperor. Give Ulfar another turn.
So it shall be.
Where's Kick? There's Kick.
I have become the All-Father's worthy instrument.
Let's see. So steady superiority. Until the end of combat, you can make one additional attack each turn, including one additional attack on the turn this was used.
By the wolf's eye, perish! My hand is thunder! My strike is ruin!
Another scar to my collection.
Okay. Alright, who's the lowest health? Pascal?
Schemes.
Give him
within
regen.
Schemes.
Give Ulfar an extra turn. Ulfar, try to kick this guy away from you, which will allow you to use a ranged attack.
Not die in disgrace.
What a pleasure.
Your
Feel the icy
skills
bite of death.
Alright, and then back to Muck's turn. And what do we got? Set that guy on fire.
Skitya, my Karamite hide is strong. Our
Move here, melee him.
cowardice.
Cleave between both of them. Kick this guy away. Lol.
None can do this better than a warrior of the All-Father. The
Chase him and hit him again. Oh my god. Oh, they're gonna have to glue you back together. In hell. He is gone. Dude, he meleeed and just kicked him across the floor.
The wolf is on the hunt.
Dude, why does he keep getting so many turns? This guy's insane.
Do not dare ask.
Target's too far. Really? Okay.
I am a navigator. Another foe painted black.
Will not submit.
So it shall be. I hunger for battle.
Alright, Ulfar's a beast. Nocturne of Oblivion. The already familiar baritone calls out to you from the shadows. The key unlocks a door that then will lead to one that only happenstance will free. Your chance I'll be, to me the bolts will cede. Your part comes next, to break the bonds and flee. To you, the merchant vagabond, I bring the gift of providence, but will you look? Is that Cassia's thing? Or is he blasting my brain with something? Evening Mock. Hi, Hamza. Sudden pain grips your skull and your vision clouds over, but as soon as you resurface, a dramatic scene appears before you. The streets of the Dark City are teeming with hundreds of colors, from grimy gray shades to extravagant bold hues. At first, they blend together in your vision, but soon you're able to distinguish their sources. People, Xenos, animals, and you. And of course, the Harlequin standing in front of you. Wait, is this how Cass sees the world? The Xenos colors are like those of a broken kaleidoscope. Your eyes water at the mere attempt to pick any one thing out, and your head is splitting more than ever. Yet despite this, you're subconsciously aware that the dark lilac cloud surrounding the slender figure poses unspeakable danger, and that the bright sparkles of silver indicate that the danger, at least for now, is directed at you. When you avert your gaze and slowly exhale, the vision falls away as if it was never there. The Harlequin observes you with interest, his silent speaking volumes. Muck Von Luck, your colors! What have you done to him, Xenos? Cassia lifts her chin and the third eye on her forehead flutters threateningly behind the eyelid. The Xenos, tilting his head to the side, looks at Cassia with curiosity. So many things can three eyes glimpse at once, Shael's veiled paths and caverns of the soul. But with 1,000 sights you could not see, the wrecks of fate beneath reality. Past creaking waltz will twirl you round in halls of intertwining serendipity. But not just yet, the dance calls for a pair. Your partner is, for now, tied up with me. I do not understand. Oh, nectar sweet, your name is ignorance. Make sure to savor every drop before your glass is drained by insight in a blink. You've helped me more than once already. I'm listening. Both opening and warning is my boon. Your fate hangs by a thread drawn breaking tight. But with the show of impatience opportune, the merchant's certain death will turn to flight. You stride not battle, but a snare of guile and strife, a neatly woven net. Lust's mistress lifts her sword into the air, and baying for your blood, her pact does set. So dance the ring around oblivion, await a sign from night's own melody. Catch sight of it, and then make haste be gone. One yawning mouth, one leap to set you free. So Kakarros is planning to kill me in the next fight, but you are ready to effect my escape. All I must do is survive the arena, wait for your sign, and then run. You cannot possibly mean into a literal mouth, so you must mean for me to leap into a portal of some kind. Do I have that right? The Harlequin sweeps it to a low bow like an actor who has performed before a true lover of high art. He seems satisfied with your answer. The Xenos lays a finger over the mute lips of the mask and vanishes as if to convey that your conversation is a great secret known only to the two of you. Hey. Chip says good morning. What's up? End dialogue. Alright. Loot. Hey. There he is.
They will see.
Shiphammer 40K.
Oh, yes. They all will see.
Alright. So what I would like to do, if I can... See, that is the arena. So, there was this beast that, like, steals your time. And it's very tough. And I want to see if we can kill it now that we got a squad of 6. I don't know if we'll be able to, because it has this really annoying ability that when you hit it hard, it gets a free turn. And it was able to kill Abelard in, like, turn 1.
There will be no peace in my wake.
The pit. No, that's, like, the town. That's not where we're going.
In this tapestry of a world, I am the rogue.
Are we winning?
thread.
So far. Alright. Lift to the... Is that it? The mangled sector? I think that's where I want to go. Okay. There we go. Okay. There, yep, there's the monster. All right.
An expected result.
F5. I want to check something. If I take Ulfar... oh, it doesn't tell me how much it's going to do. Dodge. Great opening. Great opening. We miss. Alright. Let's try this out. Six to 13. That does not look like it's gonna do a lot of damage.
See how the wolf succeeds! My instincts tell me to refuse.
What? Oh my god. Okay. Alright, I think for this it might be better to give Cass extra turns.
Me? If you insist,
Yeah,
Lord
she's...
Captain.
For this beast, she's hitting way harder.
At your beck and call. It will be done.
All right, he managed to survive the first hits. Okay.
Our foes reek
there.
of cowardice. Cubs play. Wolves reign.
Rip.
So it shall be.
Oh my god.
I have become the
Lots of misses.
All-Father's worthy instrument.
Let's do...
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Okay, he's almost dead, and he kills Abelard.
You will be remembered.
Again, he gets an
My
extra
son.
turn
Me?
whenever you hit him really hard.
This, Lord Captain.
Wolf with such tasks.
Kick.
Wolves reign.
Give Cass another turn. Got it. The biomechanical creature is flailing its limbs faintly. Its body is broken and bears the signs of the combat wear and bear, but it does not look like there is anyone to repair it. You can see the glistening flesh under the cracked carapace and the bunches of wires that permeate it. The armor plates rise heavily, and the creature emits a wistful, creaking sigh full of regret. The claw on Pascal's mechadendrite clings loudly. The visor emits a series of clicks, switching the observation spectrum. Pascal's hands automatically reach for the combo tool on his belt, even as his eyes closely watch the dying creature. Cassia's entire body is shivering. The colors of this creature, it is oozing with stained crimson shades and Tenebra's blackness of suffering. It is as if this construct was purposefully made to absorb the most dreadful colors that living things can exude. How is that possible? Tech use. Examine it. Every limb of the creature, both the hard ones on skeletal paws and the flexible ones on metallic cords, is equipped with a variety of implements similar to surgical tools. The jagged circular saws, twisted drills, and vibrating monoscalpels promise an unbearable pain. DJ Spud, yeah, I can do that. I don't want to pet Chip right this second because he's busy and it'll make him leave. You can clearly see the inside of the mechanism through the holes in the armor. Apparently its gut can open to drag a hamstrung victim inside. Yo, this is some Five Nights at Freddy's stuff. Once it finds itself in the monster's stomach, it will be pierced by injectors that reduce the prisoners to liquid and drain it into the reservoirs at the tail end of the creature. Pascal, would you like to study this device? Request approved. Pascal eagerly unfolds his mechadendrites and they all rush toward the monster. The shrieking drill cuts deep into the armor. The claw hungrily snaps off chunks of the flesh pierced with strands of metal wire. The creature thrashes and wheezes but cannot flee the merciless autopist. The collected samples are sent to a portable analyzer and the tech priest visor clicks, recording the autopsy and picked images. Pascal suddenly freezes and takes a little step back. Process interrupted. An operational collision has been detected. What made you stop? The unit is under the influence of conflicting impulses. The operational vector of cognition prompts the need to study the subject. The operational vector of obeying the Omnissiah and his universal law dictates the need to spurn and purify. The operational vector of adoration before his might dictates the need of reverence for the subject where the natural spirit resides in synthesis with that of the machine. You are an explorator. Study it before it gives up the ghost. Request approved as doctrinally correct. He leans over the creature and the sound of the switched-on drill sounds shrill and relentless. The tech priest's voice hums with ice-cold determination of a divine vivisector. Let the cycle be discontinued. May ignorance be undone. Okay. Heavy armor proficiency coat. And a Life Sunderer Drukari gun? I guess that's a gun. Okay,
Oh,
so...
one step at a
let's see,
time,
demolition.
amidst the madness.
I don't like doing demolition tests that are very low chance to succeed because you still lose the charges. Alright, so, we killed it.
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
However, Abelard is messed up. Actually, oh, okay, so the injury Abelard got, the last time Abelard had an encounter with that thing, we had to go find that one crazy doctor guy in order to cure it. But his current injury is one that can be cured simply by visiting the rest area. Busy, busy, busy. How's the big boy? Has he proven himself worthy of the Emperor? Oh my god, dude, he's awesome. First fight we had him in, he took down a ton of people. Also, he's a 2x2 unit, which is interesting. As talking about like the amount of space he takes on the grid. Whereas other people are 1x1. So it's interesting. He's not a tank like Abelard, but he is very tanky. So you can use him to help like plug a choke and make it to where, you know, the enemy hits who you want them to hit and not your squishies. So that's nice. And then at the same time, he's a damage dealer. All right, this is the area that is kind of the rest area. Okay. All right, and then now we should be able to go back out. No, he still has the crippled leg. I mean, it's not the end of the world if he keeps that until we get out of here, but I certainly wouldn't choose it. Yeah, he kept it. That's a bummer. Agility reduced by 20, movement points reduced by half. Alright, well, next bit of the quest is to go over here and do the arena thing. So I'm going to tap quick save. An unfamiliar monster, even more terrifying than the previous one of Homunculus's servants, bars your way. Its voice is dry as death itself. Master Terventius sent me. The Master wishes for you to send Kakarros on a swift journey to She Who Thirsts. Do not expect a fair fight. This is your execution. However, Kakarros is incapable in adequately assessing whatever she fails to comprehend, and therefore you stand a chance, albeit a negligible one. Should you survive, do not return here. The witches will seek revenge, which is why the Master has already left the chasm and found new patrons. He suggests you do the same, so says the Master. The monotony and accuracy with which the monster repeats Tervantius' words reminds you of the way servitors communicate. Say nothing and turn away. Can you be a dwarf in this? No. You play a human-looking character no matter what. You can pick male or female, and you can pick class and occupation and stuff like that. But for example, in our party right now is a tech priest, a navigator, a space marine. You cannot play any of those. Your role in this role-playing game is that of a humanoid rogue trader. Thirsters, do you want to witness a great legend as ancient as Kamarog itself? I give it to you now. Behold the tale of Sir Lael the Exile, the succubus dethroned. Sir Lael was a mighty warrior of her cult, renowned and deadly. Her dance of battle, an entrancing perfection of terror. But then a time came when an audacious apprentice supplanted Sir Lael, turned her servants against her, and drove her out of the Dark City. I wonder if we're going to see Yearliette in here somewhere. Because when I saw her earlier, I told her to muck off. She wandered the webway's savage wilds and slew scores of their terrible horrors as she fought for her life. In the legend, she slew them all and pressed onward, but our story will be shorter. Kill. Michaelis with the 5 gifted subs. Yo, thank you so much. Appreciate you. If you're at Mutiny Monday tonight and you remind me of this, I'll give you 5 disasters for that.
Oh, I wish
Welcome,
to
welcome, welcome. I
vivisect
really
you.
appreciate that. Alright, let's put Abelard up here. Muckla Douglas Bartholomew Reginald Esquire the 4th, this is Johnson Vance the 3rd. Welcomes you, Michaelis, who's gifted subs to the lab. Hope you enjoy our stay entertainments on the way. Crank up the speakers, don't touch the bakers, giveaways every week. Please take a seat, but you'll only need the edge. Sorry, distracted. I was thinking about Warhammer. I think since he has 1 tile behind this, it's not letting him shoot the way I want him
None
to.
can do better than a warrior of the All-Father!
I move here.
Cosplay!
I'd like to get him. There's a pendant thing that currently Argenta has, where her single target bolter shots always hit. I'd like to get him that. Oh god, that's not good. I may have gotten overconfident putting him that far forward.
Is that all you
Oh wait, is he down? God dang. Alright.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? That is foolishness.
That target can't act. So he's like stunned or something? External warrior. When he falls unconscious. Okay, yeah, he's unconscious. He basically just died. And his talent thing kicked in.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
A genius at work.
Alright, give him some healing. Actually, wait, will it let me?
Let's see.
It's not letting me. Odd. Wait, it didn't give him the regen either.
A wicked thought.
Yeah, okay, it's not letting me cast any buffs or anything on him while he's in that state. Okay.
What if...
Give Cass an extra turn.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Ugh, almost. Alright, that's one of them. Still can't cast positive effects on him right now.
A genius at work.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
262. Alright, that one's almost done.
Let's see.
Victory is imminent. Indeed.
Okay, Abelard taunted him. Live Fiends. With a skill name like that, I thought he was about to bring one of the ones I'd killed back to life.
Be careful not to cross my gaze. if I may.
So shall I
Kick
will
it.
carve
Alright, he
runes
killed it with a
out
kick.
of your bones. The fame-hungry come. All my hand is thunder. My strike is ruin. None can do this better than a warrior of the All-Father.
Okay, throw some buffs out. No wait, no line of sight. What? He's right there. Just peek around the corner, crazy.
Try to die with grace, at
All right.
least.
Even the monsters of the obscure sectors of the webway feared her and fled out of sight. Sir Lael's exile continued in solitude until a great faceless swordsman barred her way. He wished to test her. When I woke up and saw the stream, my brain literally went, wait, Muck was streaming when I fell asleep. I'm seriously glad that's just not the case. Snake thing? Okay. I'm Muck, happy Monday. Hey on you! Captain says there's almost 1,000 successor chapters loyal to the Imperium and you got the space furry. I didn't even know what to expect, but I'm still let down. Oh god. Do I get a chance to deal with that wound he's got? Can she reach it from here? Yes, she can. Alright.
I am a navigator, not a servitor. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. Isn't this a job for the serfs? I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
She's almost got it dead all by herself.
If I may. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Bested by Sir Lael's hand, the swordsman knelt and recognized her skill. He was no mere mortal, but the god's creation with respect for all things flawless. As a reward for her victory, he offered Sir Lael a gift, the way to a place where she could claim her vengeance. Is he talking about that one space marine that's like wandering through the warp and like kicking butt, and he occasionally pops out and says hello and goes back in? I forget his name. He's popped up in one of the other games I played. In a forgotten fragment of the webway, she found a lair guarded by an ancient beast of immeasurable flesh. Sir Lael delivered blow upon blow, and yet her strikes could not diminish the creature's body or mute its roar. Doom Guy? No, not Doom Guy. There's this one Space Marine guy with a big sword. He's got a huge like banner on his back, and he's basically so strong he just lives in hell. Caldor, yeah, Caldor Drago. That's what I'm thinking of. I mean, he's basically Doom Guy in this universe. I mean, that's not that far off. Dude, stop making me reorganize these guys.
I am a navigator, not a servitor. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. Isn't this a job for the serfs? Me? If you insist, Lord Cap, another foe painted black.
The beast of immeasurable flesh fell, for the infinitude of its being was no match for the needle of Sir Lael's focused will. She ran the beast through, pierced its heart, and ripped it free. That heart was the black crystal of Seika, the bestower of power. Except unlike Drago, Doom Guy's not a pompous a-hole. With Seika in hand, Sir Lael returned to Kamarog and brought down those who had served and later betrayed her. She came to the threshold of her arena and shouted the name of her apprentice, the one who had once dethroned her. Yeah, he's doing a lot of build-up. And hear her the apprentice did. The succubus Sinisthoria answered the challenge and descended the steps toward her. He's doing all this build-up. Imagine we die in one of the, like, early fights. It's raining men. Hallelujah. Oh no! That's one of those things that, like, steals your life force.
Dismember you properly.
I can hear your pulse, little thing.
Is this a three-way fight or a two-way fight? I don't know. I'm tap quick save, haven't done it in a while. Alright, let's give Ulfar an extra turn.
I don't like that. Come.
What if?
So,
You call this a strike? You pay
here
for this in
I
blood.
see bite of death.
Woe to you.
None can do this better than a warrior of the All-Father. My hand is thunder. My strike is ruin.
I am a
Give him
navigator,
an extra turn.
not a servitor.
I have become the All-Father's worthy instrument.
You call this a strike?
The kick is pretty fun.
If I may,
Let's have her start working on the pain
if you
engine.
insist, Lord Captain.
Alright, so she knocked it down to half and immediately got a second turn and got Ray of Degradation. Yeah, it's the same as that freaking other one we got, so he's... Let me see. Wait, is it? Maybe it's a little different. No, it is a little different. Same model, slightly different skills. The other one was a bit worse, because it did, like, permanent debuffs. But it does have the, if you hit it with a, what was it? If you hit it really hard, it gets an additional turn immediately. It does have that.
Knows all, comprehends all. Running vulnerability analysis. Successful.
Woe to you.
We gave it another turn, apparently.
My vow is to serve.
Word of the Emperor. Shield of the Emperor. Give Ulfar another turn. Kick this guy away.
You the real pain.
Oh, I can't shoot now?
Cubs play.
Let's see. Finest hour on Cass.
Isn't this a job for the strike?
Okay, that thing's gone.
I'll return the pain tenfold.
I'll start working on the others.
Me, another foe painted black.
I can't lose.
I'm not accustomed to be. Me? If you insist, Lord
Your
Captain.
last stroke of luck was a disgrace.
Alright, that's all. Nope, there's
I
one more
am
in
a
line of sight of her.
navigator, not a servitor.
I was about to say that's all she can see, but there was one more. Alright, throw
Schemes
regeneration on
within
him.
Schemes. Let's see.
Wolves reign!
So this skill's called Go for the Throat. It says it moves to a target and then performs a single attack. But he just moved one square to the right. I think how it's coded is it moves you in a straight
None can do
line.
this better than a warrior of
And
the Old Father!
he was not able to move in a straight line, so he just got snagged.
A maelstrom of madness!
My instincts tell me to refuse. So shall it be.
Your skill is lacking.
See how the wolf succeeds. I challenge you, damned it. Die in
You will
disgrace.
pay for this in blood.
Wolves reign.
Did I give him Iron Arm? No, I didn't.
A
Let's do that now.
genius at work.
I think Abelard is taking his very first turn.
At your beck and call.
This fight is so far
Give
along.
this
I was like,
task
I gotta
to
go.
someone lesser.
I'll return the pain tenfold.
Let's see, can she hit that from there? No.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Your
Me?
skill is lacking.
If you insist, as duty demands.
Alright, she's gone.
I'm not
Go
accustomed
above.
to being ordered around.
Let's see.
Advancing. Running binary override.
Sometimes I forget the insane dodge chance of the Eldar because casts don't miss.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
What if
Regen on Abelard, give
a
Cass
wicked
another turn.
thought?
If I may,
I'll return the pain tenfold.
Stacking buffs on
Just a minor
Ulfar.
setback. My place is at the fore. It will be done.
Taunt.
The wolf is on the hunt.
I am a navigator. Another foe painted black.
Blue.
Oh my, more. Rip him to shreds, offer his remains to the cult. With me, my merchant vagabond, make haste, the fog of frenzy's end will come ere long. Oh, it's the Harlequin guy.
I can hear with
Wait, what? Oh, we're not in combat. So there's good Eldar and bad Eldar right now. Well, I mean, they're all bad Eldar, you know, but... Alright, so we gotta level up there. Is there mute the unwashed hunk of meat checkbox in the voice settings? But then I have to figure out which one you consider the hunk of meat. Mmm. Let's see. While we're here, hold on, there's something I want to check. This character had a trait. Where was it? Go back to archetypes. I think it was an officer. me a sec. There's a specific thing we got. Whenever an officer grants action points to an ally, that ally gains +1 to all characteristics for every action point gained until the end of combat. That's the one I'm thinking of. So that's, what was that called? No respite. No respite. I did not get that on. Oh man, that makes me kind of want to respec. That makes me kind of want to respec. Alright, for now, choose characteristic, ballistic agility, let's get toughness. Can I get that now? I'm guessing it won't let me. Be smart. That's so confusing. Why does it not let me pick that now? I see other stuff related to officer talents. But I don't see no respite here. Dang it. I'm curious. Oh, shoot. I gotta finish this one first. Parry, I guess. Whatever. I'll go to archetypes here. Go back to the first one. Alright. That's persuasion. Commanding voice. CL. Where's CL? Contagious luck. Yeah, I don't see no respite here. Inspire courage. Okay, I could have gotten it for that one. See, no respite. So hold on, what? Which category is it under? It's under the flexi arm. Okay. Might respec this guy when we get back to the ship to get that skill. I want it. I would just take screenshots of what he's currently got and copy the rest of it. Let's see, dual weapon combat. His whole thing is just get up front and don't die. Anything that helps with that. +5 toughness is a maybe. I gave him the ability to use power armor long ago, but we've not found any other than what our Space Marine came with. Plus tech use, Grenadier ready to serve. No heresy. Alright, Heinrich the Loyal. The one with the aroma? Well, I mean, right now, Pascal has a large hole in his chest, so he probably smells pretty bad. Let's see, Fellowship, Ballistic Skill, Agility, let's see, Fellowship. Parry. Could do Lore Warp or Imperium. Stronger together. Very small buff to the party. Alright, Pascal. He's definitely here for tech use stuff. Let's get him parry so he stays alive. Alright, Cass, who makes people's heads explode. Seeing if there's anything new down here. Let's see, perception. My standing extra resistance test. Perilous ways. I'm usually indifferent to the yelling, but that damn guy's louder than the grogging gunfire. That's impressive for him having such a deep voice. Chain weapon expert. I'm gonna double check something. Different types of attacks. Single shot, single melee, area shot, or burst shot. So his sword. Strike and cleave. So I'm guessing, okay, so I guess the cleave counts as area melee. Okay.
One step at a time amidst the madness.
Victim. The bodies are mutilated and covered with countless marks left by blades and whips. Oh, we got an
of the
injury.
Sometimes you consult the appropriate. I'll survive.
Okay, got it. Try the strange drink. No, I'm good. I'm not just gonna drink. Whoa, what's happening? Envoy of the Poisonous Whisper. The elegant red-haired Xenos takes a sip of her wine-like liquid and gives you an appraising and somewhat surprised look, then smiles and says to the Xenos standing next to her, "What's this? New playthings, no doubt, and here I thought the Reaving Tempest was intending to stand up your paltry cabal for our entertainment." The tattoo-covered Drukhari she is addressing, who is absent-mindedly sticking serrated needles into his own gums. What? Scoffs in response. The Poisonous Whispers should learn to live up to their name, lest the Cabal of the Wounded Skies lives up to theirs and makes you bleed upon the Dark City, you sharp-tongued pest. A bestial growl comes from behind you. Did the Jester bring me here to listen to these dung-ridden beasts practice their meager wits? These blathering Xenos are making me angry. I'll kill them. Study the two Xenos. Lore succeeded. The symbols on their armor are different, indicating these two belong to different cabals. If their venomous glares and thin smiles are anything to go by, they are ready to go for each other's throats at any moment. Persuasion. So, which one of you is getting, let's try that. So, which one of you is worthy of getting the first taste of my pain, and which one of you will have to settle for scraps? You belong to the Wounded Skies. I will help you remember the name by burning it into your eyeballs. The Wounded Skies are always so hasty and so eager to rush ahead. They fail to notice the daggers being shoved into their backs by more worthy aspirants who are offended by their witlessness. The red-haired Xenos gracefully places a hand on her weapon, and the male Drukhari mirrors her gesture. Ulfar throws back his head and lets out a terrifying howl filled with longing and the cold promise of a swift yet painful demise. The sound of it leaves no doubt in one's heart that bloodshed is now inevitable. Dang it, Ulfar, just wait till they kill each other. You hear the light footstep of Xenos coming from the terrace and their voices brimming with anticipation. What?
What a curious specimen.
Are you challenging me, Phil?
Oh my god, there's another parasite engine. I hate those. There's so many things here. Alright. Is there enemies up here? Can I have my back to the stairs, I wonder? Okay, hold on. Alright, quick save, because we're completely surrounded. So we're surrounded! Those poor fools! We can't miss!
Isn't this a job for the serfs? I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Schemes within schemes.
As duty demands. If I may.
Alright, one of the named ones is dead. Oh, they are fighting each other.
I'll show you the real
Nice.
pain.
I'm afraid not. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
You've unleashed my fury.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Oh my god. So much weird poison and acid and stuff. Alright, give Ulfar regen. Give Cass another turn. Alright, the two envoys are dead.
Can't be over.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
A wicked thought.
You will pay for blood.
Skitya, my Karamite hide is strong. Don't dishonor the wolf with such tasks.
I hit the wrong button, calm down.
Come.
Your skill is lacking.
Carve runes out of your bow.
That's honestly kind of funny. Your skill is lacking. I shoot her in the face.
Foes reek of cowardice.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
Is that all you've got?
I'll show you the real pain.
My soul.
Let's see, perfect spot.
Approved. Beyond the side
You will pay for this in blood.
Hack that thing.
I'll return the pain tenfold.
Brace yourself, Avalon!
I'm really just worried about that parasite engine. Those are really bothersome.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
I have read tomes of military tactics. I am a navigator, not a servitor. If I may,
No, my hand is thunder. My strike is ruin.
Should
You
love in
will
life?
pay for
Oh
this
yeah.
in blood.
Behold!
Give
my
Cassia
artistry.
many turns. Cass, please
If you
finish off the
insist, Lord
chrono
Captain.
engine.
I'm not accustomed. I am a
Can't
navigator.
be.
Try to die with grace, at least.
I can't lose.
You did.
Me? If... Another foe painted black.
I can't.
As duty demands. Try to die with grace, at least.
Cassia is balanced. Learn to play.
As duty
Hear
demands.
her whisper.
What if?
Noxxi die in disgrace.
A genius at work. A wicked thought.
Did you upset her, Mark? No, she's doing great. Actually, she was tortured for a few days. That had nothing to do with me upsetting her.
So shall it be. I will carve runes out of your
pay for this in
bones.
blood.
Corpse.
He can't fit through there.
A tactically sound approach.
You bite like a bomb.
Running binary insignificant value. Request denied.
A born predator does not become prey.
What was that beam? Was that a Melto? I don't know what that was.
You bite like a bomb.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? Try to die with grace, at least.
Lose.
If only that were possible.
I just end the turn.
Is that all you've got?
Let's see.
1% chance to hit. Quite the marksman.
So it shall be. I hunger for battle.
Yeah, need to get him that necklace from Argenta.
Schemes.
Set him on fire.
schemes.
That doesn't miss.
See how the wolf succeeds.
I saw you
So
miss.
shall it be.
So again, it looks like if part of him's behind cover, it will not... The shot won't go.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
Sorry, I gave Noxxi Satisfactory. I believe they got addicted. Time for a new editor. Hopefully the addiction's not that bad.
I'll show you the real pain.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
If I may, another foe painted black. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Can't reach anything. Oh, there's one there.
A genius at work.
No.
Hey, something he could hit, finally.
I can't lose.
I've suffered worse.
What if...
Alright, burn to that one to death.
Not.
I think we just got one more. I'm just gonna cycle around to Cass and have her kill it.
Emperor,
Oh no, there's two more.
give me strength. Try to die
Pop.
with grace, at least.
Give Cass another turn.
I
Pop
am
that
a
one.
lad's duty demands.
Easy. You're staring into the eyes of an animal that enjoys killing. No, it does not enjoy it, it just kills, finding no joy or delight in doing so. It kills because that is its nature. Oh, he's like in bloodlust right now? The Emperor protects, warrior. From beneath the veneer of bloodthirsty indifference, something resembling a living emotion surfaces on the giant's face. You hear words breaking through the wall of bared teeth. For the Allfather. Ulfar's bristling, fiery hair lies flat once more, and the imprint of death vanishes from his gaze. The face of a wild beast gives way to a grimace of weariness, grief, and shame. What just happened to you? The malice of Wolfen beset my heart, and nearly consumed it forevermore. I suggest we go see why Nocturne of Oblivion has dragged us to this place. Where is that slippery wretch? Let me have a word with him. No, I want to loot things. Let's see. The slender figure of the Harlequin emerges from the shimmering haze. With the grace of one performing a sorrowful dance, he approaches the dying Eldari nearby. Your dance is now tableau, and I lament. The darkness in the eyes that saw the path. I peer into those tunnels, black and bleak. A gleam I seek, the one that points the way. To your imprisoned kin in Tempest Cage. The accursed jester, back again. If you start weaving your webs of rotten claptrap again, I'll rip out your useless tongue. The Farseer's voice is weak and tremulous from pain. It is strange that he's still capable of speech. His body has been horrifically maimed. The colors of his garb are familiar. The group of Xenos you met on Janus were the same. At the top of the spire, they are all there. Help them, Arbinian, and help me. Take me away from here when it is all over, soon. Disdain you not, will I, with a refusal. Your soul's refrain will I keep safe as well. But leave to me reality, Farseer, and dreams I'll give into your worthy hands. With a solemn strike, the Harlequin ends his kinsman's torment and carefully takes the spirit stone from his body. When the Xenos turns to you, his hands are already empty. The stone is gone. Cassia clutches her head at the side of the Harlequin, and scarlet blood starts trickling down her cheeks. What the hell? Your colors, Xenos, are fractured and wrong, as if refracted through a distorted prism. What should be familiar is dispersed, and the bedazzling shades won't stop twisting madly. What, like blood is running from her eyes just looking at this guy? The Xenos, tilting his head to the side, looks at Cassia with curiosity. So many things can Three Eyes glimpse at once, Shael's veiled paths and caverns of the soul, but with 1,000 sights you could not see, the wrecks of fate beneath reality. Past creaking waltz will twirl you round in halls of intertwining serendipity, but not just yet. The dance calls for a pair, and your partner for now is tied up with me. He said the same thing earlier. I do not understand. You said that same thing earlier. Oh, Nectar, sweet, your name is Ignorance. Make sure that... Yeah, you said that earlier. You dragged me here to save this Farseer, is that it? You listen well, O pathless wanderer. Night's music, leitmotif you have discerned, and little virtuoso you have earned. The Harlequin makes an exaggerated show of drawing back an imaginary curtain. The shadows beneath the black eye holes in his horned mask once again form a mocking smile. The grand finale of this gory piece, where perfidy and cunning reign supreme, shall now unfold, my merchant vagabond. Even flesh speak is more efficient than the speech patterns of this Xenos. Hypothesis. The elucidator machine spirit has been affected by the pernicious influence of this place and is producing distorted output. I seek permission to conduct a technical survey. Point at the dead Eldari. What was he doing here? I presume he was a valuable prisoner? The executioner lost interest and blithely tossed the toy despised aside. Proclaiming it a gift to empty bellies, he let the rabble tear it to scraps. Tooth and claw, they fought to claim a share with everyone in tolling his largesse. Why are you even interested in the fate of this dead Farseer and his fellows? The starved one's fate to shelter from the storm enlisted me the laugh of jest unending. The soul is not at home amidst dark walls, it yearns to sing and I to hearken long. Its elegy by name Oblivion, a cradle I'll bestow, where may this song forevermore resound in endless echo. Xenos test failed. It seems the Xenos is trying to save the Farseers and their spirit stones at the behest of another whose reasons are known only to them. All you have to guess now is the laugh of jest unending that gave the Harlequin this mission is a living creature, a philosophical principle, or the figment of his deranged mind. What do you want from me? Why have you involved me in your plans? Oh my god. Kamarog's ancient law was boldly spurned, and too despoiled were Cruderok's remains. The Tempest's mistress, spurred by avarice, forbidden plunder brought to her dark nest, and through the city shrinks from those whose souls in darkness gleam with coruscating flame. The interdict is scorned, the pact ignored. Kamarog waits, Kamarog tastes its doom. To make of drama farce beyond belief, a pair uncredited assume the stage. A cutthroat monkey, captive of a thief, a dancer, make strife poet, gilful knave. With a weary sigh, he concludes, when Coda's note falls silent evermore, the last a duty will perform, and then the first will move his exodus and act. Warp failed. It's clear that Eurymeris acted recklessly by taking such valuable prisoners, and she risked starting a war with Xenos' cousins. He tilts his head, staring at Yerliet. What? Yerliet's not here. The cradle's fragments smolder dimly there, where Tight has drawn the tempest altogether. Dare you plunge your hand into the flame and drag truth's embers out into the light? Unless Yerliet is one of these corpses, she's not here. I think that's a bug. Wait. Is he standing on her? Is that her? Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Where's the one that was begging for its life? No, the Farseer. It said the Farseer was begging for its life. I don't know if that's Yerliet or if it's just bugged and it's thinking she's in the party and she's not. How is this connected to my escape? Strive up where the thieving storm has built its squalid nest among the darkened sky. The tempest plunder hordes were buried there, and captives, riches, trophies all within. Amidst this cache, a gate to real space find, pass through to freedom tempting and so craved. Companions have I brought in steps revealed, my lines run out, I have no more to give. The stage is yours, merchant vagabond, go fetch a vessel swift and get you gone. A ship! We will finally leave this horrible place flooded with scarlet hues of agony and washed out tinges of despair. So, I feel like my character was willing to give some Xenos a chance, and then Yerliet betrayed him, and now he's like, no, I'm done with it. So now he's super, like, racist against Xenos. So I'm trying to think of what he would pick here. He is sick of getting betrayed. I thank you for helping me, but the time has come to end this performance. Saying nothing, the Harlequin vanishes in a blue shimmer of air. The horned mass disappears last, the vicious laughter drifting out from beneath it. Alright, it looks like our formation is messed up again. No, it's right there. Okay, it's just during the cutscene.
My nerves are frayed.
Do not attack him. I don't think I have a chance against him. Right now, though, I'm looting.
Curiosity sings in my veins.
I'm glad that auto loot also scooped up the thing that was up on the wall. Because I don't think, yeah, I couldn't reach it. Alright, quick save. Athletics check to go down.
Spirit. No peace.
Nothing matters more.
My wake.
Alright. Demolish the wall, 70% chance.
The All-Father created me for carnage. Not for this.
Took 2 tries. You see newer containers of some sort beyond the enclosure. Wait, what's the point? Oh, there we go. I was like, if I can't loot them, what was the point of that wall? All enemies in combat suffer -10 weapon and ballistic skill. Really? That's insane. Oh, Drakari equipment, though. Avenger Tactical Gauntlets. Whenever the wearer is able to do an attack opportunity, they gain a stack of Vengeance. Your attacks do bonus damage based on Vengeance. Using a non-attack ability grants the wearer a 5% bonus to dodge and parry for each enemy adjacent to the wearer for 1 round. Okay.
What lies beyond?
Shugo says, hey, Mug, passing by after lunch. Don't know if you saw Discord, but the first link went to the wrong game. Here's the correct link. I'm convinced to make you lean towards this guy now because it's I saw that you had sent me messages. I haven't read them in detail yet this morning, no. The 2 pilots are already disarmed and shackled. They give you a haunted look as you approach them, but do not dare to say anything. Xenos failed. You take a glance at the Xenos boat. The design looks utterly foreign to you. You have a vague idea what some of its parts might do, but you do not even want to attempt to guess the intended purpose of the rest. You need a pilot. I need to get to the top of the spire of the Reaving Tempest. The pilots exchange glances, and one of them says with a nasty smile, are you trying to escape, Monkey? Don't you think you are the one in our hands, not the other way around? In the event these Xenos units refuse to cooperate, there are ways to ensure their obedience. A lobotomy to excise certain parts of their temporal lobes, cauterize the prefrontal cortex, and extend a direct electrode bridge to their somatosensory cortex. A surgery of this kind, if performed without the necessary equipment, will be excruciating but useful and informative. A mix of wary disgust and greedy interest dawns on the faces of both pilots. Shoot one pilot and to look at the other. Is your answer the same?
Silent thrash.
The Drakari swallows nervously and gestures invitingly at the gondola. Welcome aboard. Chat, diplomacy.
In this tapestry of a world, I am the rogue thread.
Shoot apparently means send Abelard to smack something with a sword. Yep. Actually, that might have been my main guy, because the sword... My main guy never uses his weapon, and the sword, having it in your hand, gives you 10% higher chance to parry. So I have a couple of people using the sword. Alright, quick save. What's over here? Goodies. The dim light sources of Kamarog glow like swamp lights, making you dizzy and nauseous.
They will see.
Oh, yes.
Indeed. They all will see.
The gargantuan spire is too large to see in its entirety. Its true proportions are shrouded in shadows, and you feel as if those shadows try to envelop and swallow you whenever you look away. Grinning savagely, Ulfar says with undisguised joy, I smell blood in the air, blood that's about to be spilt. I hear the echo of clashing swords and the terrified screams of Xenos writhing under our heel. All Father, what a marvelous feast you have prepared for me. The colors here are especially dark and dangerous. It is as if I am drowning in the bottomless ocean of billowing haze. But what is it? I feel a faint tremor coming from deep within inside the spire, like the call of the Immaterium, except much purer. Venture into the depths. The spire of the Reaving Tempest welcomes you with muffled noises seeping from its dark walls, distant voices, footsteps, and screams of pain. Okay, so that's that door. But what's over here?
Patience! My nerves are frayed!
Attention to detail is the key to success.
Wait. That noise it just made is the noise it makes when we spot something that was hidden.
Curiosity sings in my veins.
I don't know what he spotted. What's this? The vast towers of Kamarog spring up out of the darkness surrounding the spires at insane angles, violating all the laws of physics and perspective. My perspective has been violated.
One step at a time, amidst the madness. There will be no peace in my wake.
The sinister labyrinth looks like a death trap. It was probably created for just such a purpose. Remove the barrier. Awareness.
I did it?
They will see. Oh yes, they all will see.
It's probably gonna blow up. No, surprise. We don't have anyone with high lower Xenos right now. Connect the platforms. Okay.
Let us see what I found.
Just a minor setback.
What lies beyond?
Hunt brothers, take heed.
My success is an irrefutable certainty. Executing request. What a shame. Failure.
What advice do you seek? Field medicine at its finest. Let's patch you up.
Integrity factor.
Curing
This
wounds.
will make a fine scar.
No medicae needed. Just give me some milk.
Did he say just give me some milk?
Curiosity sings in my veins.
My warp site reveals something.
Error. Making
So annoying.
We are the spearhead of the Imperium.
I don't have anyone with Lord Xenos. This place is filled with traps that need Lord Xenos to disable them.
Patience.
Stop.
My nerves
There.
afraid.
We're just disarming everything with our face. I like how the treasure chest appeared and then the platform came up a second later.
There will
Medicaid,
be no peace
a monstrously
in my
mutilated
wake.
body.
Thank Russ for my sharp senses.
Operation.
One step at a time, amidst the madness.
Main hall. All right. That faint background music reminds me of Soulstone Survivors.
Let us see what I found.
What a shameful failure.
We'll try it again.
This Explorator is
Look
blessed
safe.
with multifunctionality.
Lord Xenos. A strange panel whose purpose you do not comprehend. What the heck? Are you serious? That counts as an injury? Oh my
Your
God.
seneschal is always there for you. Let me help.
A wound.
In this
I didn't
tapestry
notice.
of a world, I am the rogue. Oh, I wish to vivisect you.
Turn you into cold.
What the heck? What's that? We're still in this. There must have been a trap there. We're still in the stage where you just position your people, and we set a trap off. And all 6 of us got injuries. That's going to be 6 more medkits.
Educate you on the art of pain.
Oh my God.
Witness the fury of House Orcelio.
A wicked thought.
I'm not accustomed.
Pressure pad, something like that.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
What? That didn't hit any of them. What the heck?
Wolves reign!
Okay, that was awful.
Suffering is part of
Your heart out for this.
as the tactical imperative dictates. My vow is to serve.
A work for a flesh crafter.
Alright, regen on the Marine.
Within schemes.
Extra turn for
genius
Cass.
at work.
Me? Another foe painted black.
This can't be!
What if?
Heal the team with Word of the Emperor and Light of the Emperor. I wonder if they just hit a trap. I don't know why all of them just got damaged.
My instincts tell me to refuse.
Your skill is lacking.
So it shall be.
At your beck and call.
Taunt.
My ears are ringing.
I am a navigator, but die with grace.
Alright, I think we've killed all the ones that were on the right-hand side.
That is foolishness. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
A wicked thought.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet.
Let me
See what happens.
art of pain.
The Omnissiah knows the Omnissiah.
Oh, got a pierce through kill.
My competencies are not that universal.
I'll return the pain tenfold.
Combat stem. They're drugging. Let's see. Give her
Let's
bonus
see.
damage and then use finest hour on
Another
Cass.
stroke of genius.
Step aside. The navigator is coming. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
That's 4 deaths.
What a pleasure.
Me. If you insist on that.
5,
Painted black.
6,
If I may, as you
7.
demands.
Her whisper.
I am a navigator, not a
No, 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 no,
servitor.
no. That is so stupid. Chad, you guys see that? All right, see this NPC here? I went to mouse over this NPC and Abelard's nameplate popped up in the way and then she turned and blasted Abelard. He's like, get down, Mr. President!
Isn't this a job for...
This can't be.
Oh my god. Do I
I'm
need
at
to
your
use
service.
friggin' 10 more medkits
This
to get rid
wound
of all
will make a
this?
fine scar.
Take my transient gratitude.
The healing is much appreciated. Let's patch you up.
Integrity factor
The
increased.
sooner we start.
I can see bright colors
This
again.
wound will make a fine scar.
We function
Let's
as one.
patch you up.
I'll survive.
Okay.
I always
He tanks so good, he
survive.
tanks even your damage. Yeah.
What lies beyond?
A strange family whose purpose you do
we
not
should deal
comprehend.
with this.
The machine god grants me insight.
Curiosity sings in my
I'm
veins.
still new to
Is
the
it
art of
Wargold?
exploring.
Or a trap.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
What advice do you seek? Let me help.
My frail organics require this.
There are faintly visible field lines on the smooth surface, probably some sort of power system. Good morning, chat. Good morning. What's up, Scott? Sugar says, I got a new sound waiting for your approval. I don't know if it's that bad, so feel free to decline if needed. Just sounded funny for me. I'd have a few others as backup. And knowing you, it's probably some anime lady going ada ada or something.
They will see. Oh, yes, indeed. They all will see.
Cervantius is here. Oh, a chance to kill him. That's great.
What is that?
What a shameful failure.
Oh, I'm so sick of
no
burning
further.
med. Dude, we were using like all the medkits we found in the game in this one hallway.
This wound will make a fine scar.
Integrity factor increased.
What curiosity unveils itself before me?
My knowledge has its limits. Error. Making adjustments.
I am at your service. Lady Navigator, there are no words to describe how glad I am that you survived.
Oh, your sincere relief and joy are like a vivid painting in this dreadful place. A balm to my eyes. I am glad to see you too, Abelard.
It'd be funny if he followed it up with, because we'd have to find another navigator if you were dead. That'd be so annoying.
The madness.
The elevator is controlled by unknown mechanisms that the human mind seem unable to comprehend. It's probably
My
just like a
warp
down
side
button.
reveals something.
Operation successful.
There will be no peace in
what?
No!
my wake.
Or a trap?
Alright, let's just go back around and talk to Cervantius.
What lies beyond?
The homunculus looks up from the control panel and gazes up at you with disdain from the other side of the impenetrable force screen. You survived, specimen. What a woeful lack of ability to follow orders. You were supposed to die, be it in the arena or in the chasm. However, the servants of Azaria will soon remedy your blunder. Ah, attack. At last, a chance to get rid of you, you inhuman miscreant. Your attack misses its target. The force field that separates you is too strong. The homunculus lets out a few clicks. You waste your strength. This version of the Stifler can both hold back the veil and protect me from distractions such as you. Now go and do not disturb me. Ulfar's voice turns quiet and insinuating, and a smile plays on his lips. Yes, you are safe, for now. But as soon as you step out from behind this field, who knows in what shadowy corner will catch you. Any step outside could mean your death. Then again, perhaps you will not come out. You might sit here for a day or two, a month, a year, forever, sitting and trembling. A small, frail inhuman, trapped in a prison of his own toys and fear. Which of us is in a cage now? Cervantius' face stiffens into a mask of contempt, but his working limbs begin to twitch nervously and his chest heaves with a mechanical creak as if he is suddenly running out of air. Intimidation check successful, chat. Alright, give me 1 sec. Someone redeemed our dear Potato King. Let's see. How strange. Next to this construct, my soul is both naked and swaddled at the same time. The colors around me melt away, and so do my powers. Lore check. Succeeded. That was a low chance. The Stifler is enormous and resembles the devices you have seen before. There is no doubt that its purpose is to suppress warp manifestations. However, you notice a few details that are out of step with the construct's otherwise typical Drakari design. Several of its parts were made from a material foreign to Kamarog and fused into its frame by an unknown force. After carefully examining the device, Pascal says acerbically, "You did not make this, did you? I see more sophisticated structural elements in the mechanism than your mind is ever capable of fathoming. You observed someone do it and copied their work." Nonsense! Cervantius leaps up, his voice ringing with genuine rage. This is the work of my genius. The initial data was just a resource transformed into a masterpiece by the brilliance of my mind. How dare you even comment on my creation, you monkey degenerate? And the dispute between the tech priest and the homunculus as to who is more skillful in the art of inflicting pain is won by Pascal Hanneman. Well done, Megos. Why are you hiding behind a force field, Travantius? Are you afraid of me? You think highly of yourself, Specimen, but make no mistake, that will not make me deem you a worthy opponent. What happens if I destroy this construct, I wonder? The Xenos narrows his eye at you and hisses. You must be thinking that the moment you do it, Kamarog will descend into daemonic mayhem, and the valorous rogue trader will have rid the universe of the abominable Drakari and finally flee the dark halls. Before all that happens, Specimen, the demons will arrive and rip your flesh to shred and devour everyone in sight. And while you're busy writhing in agony, I shall have enough time to put everything back in order. Dogmatic. Break the construct. I think I shall try anyway. Your shot finds its mark. Lightning charges run down the construct, and the force field flickers a few times before dissipating. The heavy metallic hum is followed by a series of dull pops coming from every direction, and you see warp portals bursting into bloom around you one after another, and horrific malformed claws reaching toward you from the other side. What have you done? A curse upon you, monkey!
Oh, watch this spectacle unfold!
Hello MuklukBobble, how do you like the RPG system of this game in comparison to D&D based games?
It's fun. It's not perfect. There's a few things I don't like. This game has an injury system. If you take a really big hit, even if you have the power to heal yourself back to full health, you get a debuff, like, you know, broken ribs or broken leg or concussion, something like that. And it's severely detrimental. And it essentially, to use D&D terms, it only goes away when you do a long rest or you burn a med kit. And so it's like, sometimes you burn like 30 med kits in a minute, and other times you go days without using a med kit. But this whole injury system I'm not a fan of. Rest of the game, I like it quite a lot.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
A wicked thought.
Me? Another foe.
Alright, Travantius is dead.
If I may?
Feel the icy bite of death! So shall it be.
Your skill is lacking.
I am a navigator, not...
I will not.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Pascal down! Oh my god. Rip.
Time to redouble our efforts.
A genius at work.
I'm not accustomed. Try to die with grace, at least. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Let's see.
The fame-hungry come. I have become the All-Father's worthy instrument! I don't like that.
I'll show you the real pain.
So it shall be.
Me? If you insist, Lord Cap, another foe.
I'm guessing demons are gonna show up any second now. Hasn't happened yet,
I
though.
am a navigator, not a servitor.
Abelard's first turn is the tank. Everything's already
Indeed.
dead.
Be careful not to cross my gaze, as duty demands. Let us see.
I actually thought demons were gonna start appearing. Maybe they will soon.
Patience! My nerves are frayed!
And Pascal now has a crippled arm. Weapon and ballistic skill reduced by 20 until he rests in the ship, which we don't have access to right now. Oh my god.
Curiosity sings.
Crazy weather we're having in here. Alright, I wonder if now we can use that elevator that was blocked earlier. Doesn't he have 4 mechanical arms, though? Yeah.
One step at a time amidst the madness.
This elevator is controlled by unknown mechanisms that you cannot comprehend. Yeah, okay, what do we do?
They will see. Oh, yes. They all will see.
My knowledge has its limits.
Just throw a rock at it. It's a landmine. Just throw a rock on it or something. This isn't that complicated.
Stop.
In this tapestry of a world,
I'm still new to the art of exploring.
thread.
You're going the wrong way.
The machine gun grants me insight.
Also, we just looted some gloves. What were those? Drakari gloves, Xeno hide gloves. 10% parry and area damage.
Patience.
Like, it's
My nerves are
made
frayed.
from Xenos for Xenos? Sounds like a weird commercial. Made from Xenos. By Xenos. Of Xenos. Abelard is probably the only person in this whole game that isn't a C word on some level. Abelard's is very loyal to the road. At the beginning, at one point early in the story, we did have to have a talk with him because he kept getting like a little uppity. And we're like, you need to stop treating us like we're our predecessor, because we're not.
What lies beyond?
I don't know where to go. I don't know if I... This is back where we were earlier. I don't know if there's anything to do going back in this direction, or if I missed something in that other
my
room.
veins.
Chip, don't even talk to me. Yeah.
They will see. Oh, yes, indeed. They all
see what
will
I see. Oh, no.
see.
It's a quick save.
Ready
Save your jests about fun.
you are authorized. What a shameful failure.
Judging by the marks on its body, this unfortunate Xenos was sewn together from several individuals of the same species. And then ripped 3 modified Eldari hearts out of his own chest.
Locomotives are fully operational.
Oh, one step at a time.
And
amidst
Pascal just got
the
head trauma.
madness.
I don't know how, but he did. This game board is chained in crimson and black shackles. The colors are so rich, but how is this possible? Normally an object only exudes distant echoes of its owner's colors. Take the board. Lore Xenos.
My knowledge has its limits.
Lore Xenos.
A mere setback.
What? What a shame.
Everybody is trying to lure Xenos the box, so they're all worse.
Why don't I go kill someone instead?
Oh, something to kill. That
dismember you
works.
properly.
I don't know if this helps me get where I need to go, though.
Me, if you insist, Lord Captain.
What if...
Disgrace!
The ancestors.
So it shall be. See how the wolf succeeds!
Dearly for your actions.
Wait, one of them just shot a different one of them.
Cubs play. Ah! None can do better than a warrior of the All-Father!
Yeah, some of them are fighting each other.
Follow my lead.
Taunts.
It will be done.
Move into the middle of the room.
I have read tomes of military tactics.
Tomes.
Another foe painted black.
Fates. You pay dearly for your actions.
Those pop-ups are pretty fast gone. Yeah. There's a log thing down here you can use to see it, but yeah, I've made that same complaint.
If I
They
may,
disappear a little quick to read them.
Isn't this a job for duty demands? Do not dare ask. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Heavy is the tread of his faithful. Asia, heal my wounds.
Asia.
Running by Nerek Override.
Step by step, I lead.
Isn't this a job for the serf?
Whoa, 0 damage? What? Unnatural frenzy. This creature can make 3 attacks for a round, and damage dealt to it is reduced by 100%. Oh, so it... Okay. Alright.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
The wolf is on the hunt. Wolf's reign!
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
For this.
At your beck and call.
Alright, does he still have that thing? Yep. What about this one? No.
If I may. Another foe painted black.
Will join the ancestors.
Grey hair, sure hair.
Like a pub.
Me? If
I go into the darkness.
Give Cassia a bunch of
I'm
extra
afraid
turns.
not. As duty demands. I am a navigator, not
That
a
one's
servitor.
invulnerable.
My spirit fades.
Alright, that's as much as she can do right now.
See how the wolf
I'll
succeeds!
return this favor tenfold. Momentum.
Emperor, give me strength.
Explorers know one route. Forward.
Nice. The chance of that hitting was 25% for one of them and 9 for the other, and it hit both. So that was a nice surprise.
A wicked thought.
Me? If you tried to die with grace, at least.
What a pleasure.
Schemes within schemes.
A pitiful attempt.
So it shall be. None thy hand is thunder. My strike is ruin.
Where's Cass? There she is.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Fenris is in battle. Oceans
If you
bleed.
insist your duty demands.
Tears for me.
If I may.
Can't reach from there. Can she reach from there? Nope. There's only one enemy left. I'm just gonna pass everybody's turn until it gets back around to, Cass, and then she can go pop that last guy.
Me? If you try to die
There we
with
go.
grace, at least.
Wait, Monkey, extend a helping hand and I will show you the way home.
Stop! There!
Loot. Loot. Lore Xenos. The strange capsule emits a barely perceptible buzz. Its thick walls barely contain the sounds coming from within. What did the rest say? And the sounds of a living and tormented creature.
There will be no peace in my wake.
Journal of observations on one of the corpses. The journal entries are written in an angular but surprisingly tidy hand, as if the writer deliberated meticulously over every word. The notes are supplemented by diagrams and formulae. The Farseer's mind is aggressively resisting external interference. The mind maggot perished instantly upon being introduced into the system, which has never been observed before. Interesting. As punishment, the subject was placed in vibroshackles that chip away at limb bones. Unreadable diagrams. Mind maggot enhanced with a power implant. Subject placed in red-hot metal capsule during the introduction of the parasite. Despite the pain in the parasite in its system, the subject succeeded in addressing the veil. Parasite destruction detected 2 minutes into its presence in the subject's body. Unreadable diagrams. Mind maggot enhanced with poison that suppresses the host's psychic functions, and placed successfully inside its victim. The parasite's vital functions persist, yet with no sign of compliance on the part of the host. Unacceptable. Subject punished by partial skin removal and suspension by the detached areas of skin. Oh my god. Alright, unreadable diagrams. Experiment finished, result negative. For as long as the subject remains capable of combating the mind maggot's presence, pain is the only available method of suppression. Subject to be placed in a capsule with slowly rotating blades until further instructions. Okay. That's messed up. Webway resonance device. Mysterious tool required to open a webway gate. Oh my gosh. More
Your
bombs.
seneschal is always there for you.
Using so many medkits.
Let me help.
My frail organics required it.
I'm hearing gunshots, but not seeing gunshots.
Beyond.
Alright, F5. Quick save. And then we'll try activate the mechanism. Somewhere an unseen mechanism whirs to life. Ekalendal. Despite his many bleeding wounds, the stately Eldari calmly straightens his shoulders and raises his narrow chin as he scrutinizes you with his keen gaze. Mysterious blue light glimmers in his emerald green eyes. A monkey saved my life. The universe is full of cruel surprises. You said you would help me find my way home. What did you mean? The countless hours I spent in the homunculus's cage were not all spent in the throes of agony. I listened, I observed, and I absorbed. I soon learned that an age-old gate built by our ancestors hidden in the heart of the spire. A webway gate connected to the world outside. I can unseal it and forge our path to salvation. I can help you make your way out of the Dark City and leave this place behind. But you must take me to the gate. My mind is still firm, but my spirit is unbreakable. My body, on the other hand, will not soon forget pain's embrace. Tell me how to open the gate, and I shall do it myself. I do not think a monkey can manage it. It requires the blood of the children of Assyrian, or the knowledge of the Dark Ones. Your species is too weak for such things. Go ahead, then. I have no intention of staying in this place any longer. Lead the way, and I will follow in your footsteps. I'm betting we have to go back to that elevator thing we went to earlier.
The rogue thread. Patience! My nerves are frayed!
Grabbing all the loot we can. That's the box we couldn't open. Medicaid 35%. It's difficult to make out anything in the cloudy liquid, only a silhouette can be seen. The Farseer's body is covered in fresh wounds. The edges are turning blue and rotting, the effect of an unknown toxin.
One step at a time, amidst the madness.
Alright, so I'm betting the elevator we saw earlier that was like, you know, too much for mortal minds. I'm betting that's going to be the webway gate, which we now have the key for. So I'm going to head back there and see if that hypothesis is right.
Sings in my veins.
Greetings, everyone. Hi, Drow. Let's go test our theory. Yeah, well, we can use this elevator now. We couldn't earlier. I have so much cargo.
There will be no peace in my wake.
The spires of Kamarog pierce the darkness like needles through living flesh.
My nerves are frayed.
Whoa. After defeating all the edgelords, you must defeat the final edgelord. Miserable vermin. Oh, it's Eurymerus. Eurymerus hisses through her teeth upon seeing you. Despite her blazing eyes and her bare teeth, you plainly discern what's in the Drakari's heart. Fear. I will see to it that death comes for you slowly. The toys of your pet homunculus did little to help him. She smirks. Oh, I am certain the homunculus still has plenty of unbroken toys left. You haven't seen a tenth of what Tervantius commands. All those Crafts World fragments, all those prisoners. Was it all worth it, Xenos? Spare yourself the struggle of comprehending the meaning behind my deeds, wretched creature. Cruderok was to be my key to power, the likes of which the Reaving Tempest could only dream of. Majesty is mine alone to claim, and I will claim it. Why the Farseers? Why take such a risk? So be it, I will humor you before death, if only to step out of another shadow once and for all. I wish to orchestrate a little disjunction, and with my helpless brethren in my clutches, who are capable of tearing apart the veil with their mere presence, it could not have been simpler. When the time came, the Farseers would be my weapon against the Reaving Tempest rivals, and under cover of the Cataclysm, my blades would behead all those who stood in the way of my ascent. I've grown tired of the games and machinations you have ushered into my realm. Prepare to die, Archon Eurymerus. Die? Ha! Eurymerus draws her weapon. You're the only one who dies today. And after I am done with you, I will pay a visit to real space to observe the terror and ruin brought by my cabal. Do you know, Monkey, that so many of your... I would shoot her in the face right there. Like, if a dungeon master was reading this to me, I'd be like, at this point, I pull the trigger. As so many of your kind have had their lives cut short at the hands of their own kin, I used you to purge the ranks of the Cabal, to clear all obstacles from my path. I used you to accomplish my goals. I colluded with your kind, despite your much vaunted hatred of Xenos, which ought to have prevented any of you from even considering such a thing. Blessed throne. Abelard closes his eyes and shakes his head in sorrow. It seems the Xenos admission has aged him 5 years. My servants are... Dude, it seems like he ages real easily here. My servants are heading out on a new hunt as we speak. Who will become their prey? Which lights will wink out in the void? How many Monkey will perish in the darkness? She lets out a mocking laugh. You will never know. In the name of the God Emperor, I will destroy you, Xenos. Such amusing loftiness coming from an insect. Your toy god cannot help you, and nor can he help your fellow kin. That delectable prey still confined to the boundless darkness of real space.
Oh, curious creatures.
Okay.
The sound of
The one time I had to fight one of these, Cass killed it on turn 1. So I actually don't know what these do. They have regeneration. Alright. Oh, we just leveled. Eurymerus. Shadowfield. Full cover against range attacks. They get full cover a lot. Pain. Every time someone else takes damage, she heals 3 health. How many hit points you got? 11k. That's not too bad. My heart is not filled with fear yet. Hey, Mike, how are you, Chip? Hey, Major. Can I do level ups before the combat starts? No. Shoot.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
A wicked thought.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Oh my god. That hurt. Yo, the little dudes. They hurt.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
I will tear your throat out personally, Monkey. She's back to full health. Dude, you're so full of crap. You are so full of crap. Oh my god, or original filling the whole chat box. Hang on. Armor is hard to get. 4 squares will ruin some encounters because a big space wolf could pass through a mini box, which is considered a cover. That is dumb. My advice: don't use him if you do not want to be constantly frustrated. They are incubi. They should, so they can avoid space room with ease. The ultimate chatter. Yeah, I mean, give me time to learn stuff.
Request approved. The script is an equation. Your life is a negligible variable.
I already think I'm gonna have to restart here, but
If I may.
just seeing what happens.
Me. If you insist, Lord Captain.
Honestly, at this point, it's just, can Cassia solo all this? That's it. That's the question. Can Cass solo this?
It will be done. Victory is imminent.
My vow is to serve. The Omnissiah knows
Save this is blood.
comprehends all. Running binary override.
This is so much stuff. Like, this is a lot of stuff.
Not my worst day. Whoa! Oh, yes.
You're not
Dead yet.
Dude, that's so stupid. So the little dudes killed my tank in 2 hits. My tank.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Request approved.
I was not expecting Eurymerus to get that extra turn earlier. That really sucked. Or the, what is it, the full heal. I'll just keep focusing on her and see what happens. Nice, I made an Incubus kill another guy. I made those 2 hit each other. That's cool.
Strike.
Step aside. The navigator is coming. I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Tatsugaoka game armor is useless. Dodge ninja builds the vest. It's funny because I was never trying to make her a dodge ninja. It just happened. Like, I was just like, okay, this person will build really high Medicaid, this person athletics, this person awareness. She was the awareness person, but awareness translated to almost 100% chance to dodge. That was an unexpected bonus.
Don't move with such tasks. I will carve roots
Hey, nice.
out of your bones. So it shall be. Come on, in disgrace. None can do this better than a warrior of the All-Father.
Running binary override. My vow is to serve.
Yeah, that was a decent chance too.
As my curse.
Now, Cass gets stronger every time anyone gets an extra turn, so I need to keep giving people extra turns as long as I can before they all lose consciousness.
Don't leave us. That's an order.
Running binary override.
If I may.
Touch of anger.
Woe to you!
Classic Outcat game.
This place is about to break!
Someone...
Now that I know the Incubus things have like that cleave attack that does stupid damage, if I have to do this fight again, if Cassia doesn't win, then I need to spread everybody out a lot more. How can one character be as strong as the other 5? She's a navigator, and you cannot make other characters become a navigator. She's just like a unique character in the game. And the navigator is broken, honestly. 1, she very easily can get to nearly 100% chance to dodge. 2, she regenerates health each turn if you take a talent. 3, her attacks don't have a chance to be dodged. They simply dodge. Like, just, people simply dodge them.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
Stroke of luck.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Where is Uremmer? There she is. Alright, Euremerus is gone. So she has a, what is it, 100% chance to hit. She gets stronger every someone takes an extra turn. Now, unfortunately, when she's the only one alive, people can't get extra turns, but still. And that includes her survivability. Like, you can get some other classes to be pretty high damage output, but not really the same survivability, I feel like. Okay, let's see. Do we do a single target or an AoE?
As duty demands.
Foul breath.
The grotesque guys regen, so I don't want to start on them unless I'm really focused on them.
I am a navigator, not a servitor. Isn't this a job
Touch of
for the
anger.
serfs?
Oh, nice, he killed a teammate.
If I may, I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. Try to die with grace, at least. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy because I have made, on Abelard, I have picked every defensive option I could to make him as tanky as possible. But still, like, in this fight, he got 2-shot. Like, there's so many things that just delete him and it doesn't matter. Touch of anger.
You will pay for this in blood.
Hey, thank you.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? Face the navigator's might.
3 kills.
If I may.
I thought the navigator soloing this was a joke, dang. No, it was not.
I am a navigator, not a sub. Witness the fury of Alpha Celium.
My blood.
Me. If you insist, Lord Captain. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. Another foe painted black. Me. If you insist, Lord Captain. I am a navigator.
And we are playing on hard mode,
Not
too.
try to die with grace, at least.
Hey, everyone! Dude, we all regained consciousness. She's surrounded by the bodies of all the high-ranking echelon of the freaking war.
Sublime!
Yes, it was. Broken? I agree. But I also think that fight was pretty broken. I think Navigator is too strong, and I think Tank is too dang weak. There's definitely some balancing issues.
In
Look
this
around.
tapestry of a world, I am the
Like,
rogue thread.
On turn 1, the 2 of the little guys killed the tank. Like, that shouldn't be... Like, if I take every defensive option in the game on a character, they should be able to take a couple of hits.
They will see. Oh, yes, indeed.
Vanguard is
They
useless, believe me.
all will
I mean, that,
see.
to me, that just kind of further improves, proves my point. Like, it's not that Cassia can take massive hits, but she has really high dodge, and she has regen, so if she survives the hit, she gets her health back. As a navigator, she knows the best route of a knife to your kidney.
With the physical horrors of Kimura behind them.
Oh, is that the end of
a
chapter
long
3?
and arduous journey, possible only with the help of a Xenos guide, lay ahead for the rogue trader and his party. From one strange destination to the next, through unknowable environments, the mere sight of which could drive one to madness.
So that means Cassia, with 50% more sight, is going to get 50% more mad.
Despite the challenges, they managed to escape the labyrinthian webway and find their way back.
There's Pascal.
Home?
Oh, I remember this spot. Oh man, this was really early in the game. Old man, a poorly shaved commoner in worn coveralls eyes you with suspicion. He's clutching an autogun that looks like it's one careless reload away from falling apart. The man narrows his eyes and inquires, "Oi, who are you lot? You're not bandits, are you?" Upon noticing a non-human in your retinue, the old man grimaces with contempt and clutches the Aquila hanging around his neck. And chumming around with inhuman scum, no less. Begone, you lanky freak. I compel you with Saint Cognatius's name, with Saint Nicomedes Keefe's name, with Saint Drusus's name. Glendale casts a weary eye over the commoner and inquires quietly, is this monkey possessed or simply mad? Oh, my tower. Oh my gosh, it's so big. Persuasion. I am the master of this planet, Muck von Luck von Valancius, and I require something of you. Persuasion success. Blessed throne, you're joshing me. This lordship, in these here backwoods, what an honor. Big ol' honor, this. The man drops to his knees and tries his best to hide his travesty of a firearm, pretending like he wasn't just pointing it at your chest a moment ago. I'm just a low-born, small, humble man. I've only ever seen your lustrous visage on the holy icons in the temples of the capital. I need a shuttle and means of contacting the astropathic choir so I can summon my void ship here. In a jiffy, your lordship. Please be welcome to our flying ferry. It's right over yonder in the brush. It's also where our expedition's Vox Wizard is staying. Glendale shoots you a keen look and asks coldly, will your capital offer protection? I do not wish to be changing one prison for another. I'm going to tell you guys right now, if there's an option on the next page to shoot this guy, I am doing it. Because my guy is extremely anti-Xenos right now. Okay? Like, extremely. The old man glances at the Farseer suspiciously. Will that there chatty mug be flying to the capital with your lordship? He's got an awful big mouth. He looks like trouble. This one? Oh, he's of no more use to me. The sight of a dying Xenos makes the commoner rejoice. You show him your lordship. Death to the enemies of humanity. Muck will always pick the murder hobo option. No, Banana. I gave them a chance. I did so many tasks for Yearliette, and then she betrayed me. So now, no more. Fool me 3 times, shame on you. Fool me 4 or more times, shame on me. There's something comical about watching people struggle through eldritch horrors as you casually eat a sandwich. Peanut butter and jelly. If there's an option to kill, game proceeds to offer such option. Dude, some of the options in this games are like so dark it makes me uncomfortable though. Like you get to your planet and they're under fire and they're like, "Sir, thank God you're here. You can help us muster a defense." And there's an option that's like, after we handle this, have all the soldiers that failed defending the world, you know, kill themselves. And it's just like, what? Like they're having a bad enough day. Like there's a few that have been really ultra dark. The high-ranking officers beam with genuine happiness. Danrock steps forward and solemnly says, "Welcome to the bridge, Lord Captain. Like the rest of the crew, we're overjoyed by your return and thank the Emperor for it." Okay, what about the fact that I had, like, bones growing in weird directions in the warp? Am I, like, still misfigured? The crew stares in awe and terror at the giant towering over the crowd. Some make the sign of the Aquila on their chests, others collapse to their knees with a prayer to the God Emperor on their lips. This wave of pious shock does not seem to decompose Ulfar in the slightest. He just chuckles into his beard and glances around curiously. Sister Argenta greets you with burning eyes. "Welcome back, rogue traitor. No trial could break the will of the Emperor's chosen or stop him from returning to those who have put their hopes in him." First off, how much do you know about my abduction? Not much, Lord Captain. All contact with your party was lost shortly after the supposed pirates boarded the ship and abducted your companions' kinspeople. We immediately sent shuttles with boarding parties to your aid, but we didn't find anyone on the ship save for the crew, who had all either been butchered or driven insane. Since your lordship's body was never recovered, we hoped against hope you're still alive. Alas, even our most alert auger operators never spotted anything suspicious, and thus our ignominious failure put you in dire peril. Dare we inquire what happened to your lordship? Yerliet helped the Drakari abduct me and take me to Kamarog. The officers erupt into indignant shouts promising death to any traitorous Xenos that crosses their path. Ravor shakes his head. Xenos have no souls and no conscience. They are dishonorable degenerates and traitors by their very nature. Where was my ship all this time? At an officer's council, we decided to take the ship to Footfall, where one can hear the gossip of the entire expanse. Our agents tirelessly search for information about your lordship. Had we heard even a whisper of where you were imprisoned, we would have immediately launched a rescue expedition. It should be dark, and if you want to be bloodthirsty, no mercy, kill every single person in existence, fragile ego, you can. It will change the ending and some other parts of the game. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm not saying that the options shouldn't exist, Original Slayer. I was just saying that I was just like, whew, when I saw them. That's all. While you were away, Lord Captain, we took every effort to find you. That resulted in a number of modifications to the ship that have significantly upgraded it. Thanks to a favorable deal made by the esteemed High Factotum, the ship is now equipped with state-of-the-art augur systems and direction finders from Kiava Gamma. That is quite enough fawning and fussing. I wish to return to my duties immediately. The group of servitors suddenly stirs, their movements frighteningly identical even for automatons. They stare at you and say in perfect unison, "Hello, Nomos have come to welcome you back. We sense a great deed has been done, a vivid imprint on existence. You did something very important. What was it?" "I triumphed over the enemies of humanity by pitting the arch-enemy's blight against that of the Xenos." "How is that a triumph? You desire other victories. We know that you do." Unexpected decisions are unavoidable. All life is inconsistent. We understand that. The chorus of servitors pauses, as if the controlling entity is busy thinking. "We must go now. We will come to speak with you later." Another pause follows, so long that the silence becomes more piercing than a scream. Then the servitors finally break it. "We felt sadness when we could no longer communicate with you, and we were worried about your fate. One can detect with the naked eye the moment when Nomos leaves the bridge. The servitors stop moving in sync and slowly shuffle off to their posts." You know, earlier he took control of a, not a servitor. It was something else. But, like, he burned out the thing's brain because he was too strong for it. So I'm surprised he can control those for that amount of time. Maybe it's because it was a short time. Danrock adjusts his jacket before addressing you. Now then, Lord Captain, shall we get to business? We have a number of items to go over. The Expanse is in flames, your lordship. Squadrons and smaller groups of despicable Drukhari raid our systems. The cult of the Final Dawn has emerged in full force, wreaking havoc everywhere. We've heard rumors of the fall of Santiel's pride, House Corda's world, an outrageous sacrilege given how abundant and inexpensive Promethium is there. Strife has broken out between House Winterscale and House Corda. Chaos reigns everywhere, only the esteemed Lord Inquisitor is trying to fight it, concentrating all available forces at Footfall to tighten them into a fist to smash the rampaging heretics and Xenos vermin. What kind of Xenos are attacking the Expanse? Drukhari, your lordship. Their squadrons, both large and small, are invading the Expanse, unleashing carnage on planets, taking captives by the thousands, and attacking ships. It is as if something has poked their nest, if you will, and now they are lashing out. How fares the worlds of my dynasty? The heretics' malicious acts make it difficult to maintain astropathic contact with the colonies. The cult of the Final Dawn strikes everywhere, and their sleeper agents are active on every planet. On Phobos 6, a mutiny was crushed after a group of oh, they must know that it's Monday, chat. Newly arrived prisoners succumbed to blasphemous propaganda. But other worlds stand firm against the onslaught of the enemies of humanity and do not succumb to the pernicious influence. So Xavier Calcazar led the defense? Exactly. The esteemed Lord Inquisitor Calcazar declared himself commandant of the Cronus Expanse and issued orders to requisition troops. He made Footfall his base of operations as it was the most logistically convenient point. From there, his fleet strikes throughout the Expanse, destroying the forces of the Cult of the Final Dawn and the abominable Drukhari. He may be all that currently stands in the way of the Expanse being turned into ashes. When heretics laid siege to Euphrates II, a hollowed forge of the Cognizant's fleet, the Lord Inquisitor sent an enormous force. Now they and the Explorator squadrons, recalled from the front lines, stand together against the heretics in the Battle of the Sacred Planet. What's the problem between Incendia and Caligos? When the esteemed Lord Inquisitor called upon the rogue traders to join forces, her ladyship Incendia Corda heeded the summons, while his lordship Caligos Winterscale ignored it. Rumor has it that his refusal was defiant in manner, and served as a pretext for Lady Corda to declare war on House Winterscale. Winterscale's ships are being hunted and his worlds occupied under the pretense of compelling them to submit to Imperial creed. Surprisingly, for all his love of fighting, Winterscale is in no hurry to defend his domain. According to accepted astropathic messages, he and his retinue are currently on Quetzaltemer, hunting down a Xenos fleet, Eldari by all appearances. Is there anything else I should know? The factotum lowers his head in thought. There have been other minor developments if you so wish. I will gladly bring you up to speed on the bridge. I would not want them to take any time away from this occasion. Thank you. Report received. Lord Captain, Abelard bows his head. Allow me to make a request, a personal one. While you were away, Zachary Weiss received an astropathic message from Dargonis. It concerns my family. The Weissarians have been accused of betraying House von Valancius. Dude, the second option. They've shown their true colors at last. I always knew your family sucked, Abelard. How is this possible? I cannot comprehend it. He shakes his head ruefully. The Weissarians have served the Rogue Trader dynasty loyally for generations. This is hard to admit, but I am simply crushed by the news. The accusations were leveled by, or on behalf of, the Drivestems, the Governor family. Under normal circumstances, the investigation would not have required your involvement, and my entire family would have been... But being of noble stock, the Weissarians are entitled under an ancient custom to petition for a rogue trader's personal protection once in a generation. Your personal protection, Lord Captain. He raises his eyes at you. Do not deny us that honor, I implore you. Abelard. Wait, no, I'm only... yeah, I'll promise to investigate. I want to see where it goes. Tell Zachary Weiss to send a message to Dargonis saying I will personally take part in the investigation. He breathes a sigh of relief and seems to grow an inch or two taller. Will do, Lord Captain. Okay. I'm all turned around. Alright. I'll investigate after my sandwich. Yeah, right? Let's see if the others have anything new to say. You leveled up again? Yeah, I want to respect this guy to change a few talents.
The Omnissiah knows all.
May! Let's see. Nomos are here. What do you want to talk about? All right, chat. Give me like a minute or two here. Finish the last few bites of this, and then we can focus on that. You should respec Space Wolf. Why? What are you recommending? I don't hate his current build. He just got popped because he didn't have 100% dodge and we were fighting God. His build is extremely bad. Thank you for that extremely detailed and comprehensive analysis. That helps me immensely to know exactly what you're talking about. He has medium armor proficiency. Some talents do not work on him. Does he just start with that? Just baked in? How big is that sandwich? Last bite. It's a normal sized sandwich. When I'm playing this game, I have to read out loud and I can't eat while playing it. Like Dragon Age Inquisition, they do the talking themselves. I can just eat the sandwich. All right. You must learn the subtle art of eat speak. If I was eating something like applesauce that didn't require chewing, I'd be able to go back and forth between eating and this much more quickly. Okay. You are in a servitor's body at Magnae Accessio, Nomos. How is it that you're once again in a cogitator? Nomos are not in a cogitator or in a servitor. We cannot say where we are, but our existence is tied to the existence of the ship for now. The servitor and the cogitator are only external interfaces, shells, like humans and their bodies. So you really are the spirit of the ship? He is silent for a long time, as though mulling over your words. We do not know what we are, but the ship is not us. The ship is our cradle. We may rise from it one day. We would like that. Bodies are not merely shells. No, they are shells. The rasping voice sounds adamant. A human's existence is more than the existence of its shell. That is obvious to us. There's always something more, something that simmers and shines, for which the dark light and wicked hunger are always reaching. You read the databank recovered from Theodora's cache, and when you said the incident marked the beginning of Nomos, what did you mean by that? Yes, Nomos remembers. You brought us data sustenance, and it contained a name, Epitaph. We recognized it. No, not like that. In that name, we recognized the place where Nomos originate. Incident N87204 was a shipwide system failure of some kind. It and Epitaph had something to do with the ship flying better. The incident marked the beginning of us. The ship became better because of us too. These are all links in the same chain, but we cannot piece them together yet. The people who accompanied Theodora on her travels are strangely unaware of the incident and Epitaph. Human shells are subject to external influences. Perhaps someone purged their memory archives, or perhaps they simply do not want to access them. It is a shame that no new information was obtained, but Nomos are grateful that you tried. I'm gonna take my leave. Alright. Mike, what did you do to ship so it talks? It's just hashtag Nomos things, that's all. Wait, I am so turned around right now. Come back. Alright, really quickly. I'm pretty happy with my main guy's build, except he doesn't have 100% dodge. However, let's do, hang on a sec. Boop, boop, boop. And, yeah. I'm taking screenshots to save some time. Okay, and go back to this one, and that, and... Alright. Ah, shoot. Hold on. All right. I'm putting these into MS Paint. There we go. Okay. I have pictures of my build. How do you respec in this game? Well, I was told you talk to High Fact Totem. I'm about to try it for the first time. I'm in need of training. I will show you our sparring chambers at once. Select a character to reset. Are you sure you want to reset progress and their archetypes? Yeah. Okay, so you still keep the same archetype, but you can respec the stuff in the archetype. Alright, Persuasion. Last time here, I picked CV, increase range. Yeah, that's fine. Then I picked FA. Was that oh, that's Fellowship? There's not an A in Fellowship. What's the A for? Fellowship. Then here I picked something that was CL. What is CL? Contagious Luck. Using a non-damaging ability on an ally grants the ally the ability to re-roll. We're already getting that from from Heinrich. I don't need that here. So we can get something else here. Get stabilizing factor for now. Okay, here I had something that was IC, as Inspire Courage. Give them 6 temp hit points for a round. That is not great. No Respite is the thing we want. This is another infinitely scaling thing. Give them that. And here, Willpower. Now last time, I mean, I could give them the Pyromancy. I don't use it much. Pyromancy is what I got. Actually, no, I got it later on. Alright, so Invigorate was for the heal. So I'll take Invigorate. And then something that read SF was what I got here. What was SF? Stabilizing Factor, which I got at the last level up. Okay. Hey, can I ask a new YouTube question? Yeah, Tasha, what's up? Strength, Vitality. We'll get Nimble. Okay, next up, we got SI. What was SI? Seize Initiative. Oh, yes, absolutely want to keep that. Then Persuasion. And then FH. These all say FH. That one. Alright, here we got... These both say C. Crap. It was either Commerce or Coercion. Click Coercion. And then Fellowship bonus. If I join the channel through YouTube, will the AI dude read a message if I have one? You talk about doing like a membership thing? It will not. It will not, no. There are ways to do that as a streamer. If you're asking like, is it possible? But there is not a like flashy alert that plays for that on my stream. And it's because of a limitation. So I've been streaming on Twitch for 5 years. I've been streaming on YouTube for a couple months now. I just recently got permission to be able to do both at the same time. And one of the rules I have to follow is if I'm streaming to multiple sources, I can't show stuff from other sources. Like if I was streaming to, and it's not just YouTube, if I was streaming to like Kick or Facebook Gaming or something, I cannot show alerts from those on this one unless they're like heavily modified. So it just says like, thanks for the support. Like it's vague. And I've not been able to set that up yet. So right now, I just thank people verbally. There's not like an alert or something for the text. There's not like text to speech. Still, that is already set up on the Twitch side, just not on the YouTube side. Thanks, Mark. You're welcome. Okay. Let's see. PR. What? PR. Oh no, we're looking at that one right now. That's FA. Okay. What is PR? Oh, probably Psi rating? Psi rating. That's it. Alright. And then this one was... Wah power? Why though? WA. Maybe that's like willpower attribute. Okay, so here is where I got pyromancy to be able to do the fire thing last time. Now I could do that again. It's certainly not a huge deal to do that. I could get something else. Or get enfeeble. The pyromancy, I truly don't use it much. Like, on occasion, but it's just... It takes someone burning for 10 turns to do the damage that cast does in, like, 1 turn. Let's mix it up. Let's get enfeeble instead of pyromancy. Here... Hey, my K-Chat, hope all as well. It's going good, Zed. Could get the permanent dot damage thing, if I wanted. Subtle manipulation's not bad. It will not die. I know I get that eventually, so I'll go ahead and grab that. Let's see. So here I had... IW, which was it will not die. So, okay. So for this level, I can get officer stuff. Is there any other officer stuff I want? Targets an ally with an action, ability, or attack. That ally's resolve is increased by 1 until the end of the officer's next turn. Blood of Martyrs, Steel Resolve. Man, I wish I could have just, like, seen my build and just changed the few talents I wanted to change rather than doing all of this from scratch again. More than possible. Yeah, that's fine. We'll try that out. Alright, so for this level, last time I got C. It was either coercion or carouse, probably coercion. Alright, and then toughness, and then SV. What is SV? Strange Vitality. When the Psyker's allies or the Psyker themselves are under the effects of psychic powers, they gain +5 toughness for each such effect. I wonder if that stacks with, what is it? Word of the Emperor. Because Word of the Emperor is a psychic power, but it stacks up to 20 times. That'd be pretty wild if you could get 200 toughness from that. I don't know if it works that way, though. Alright, and then Finest Hour. We'll just get that. Alright, so that one's filled in. Okay, now this one. Alright, so for this one, choose Inspire, and I really don't think I have any regrets on that. I do have regrets on trying out Assign Objectives. That ended up being trash. Alright, so can't get regen until Psi rating 2. Alright, yeah, we'll just take Inspire. And then we got... What is the next thing? HA. Hidden Advantage. Oh, yep, that's good. I'll take that. Okay, and then that's baked in. Okay, and then... Additional AP increase, that's fine. And then FA, so Fellowship... Actually, I think we need more willpower. I think I need to prioritize willpower over fellowship right now. Alright, next one is let's do willpower again. PR, I think this is when we can get Psi rating 2. Yep. Which everything multiplies off of. Then we get the very good regeneration. PL and O. Is that PL? No, that's PI. What is PL? PL. Pulse of Life. Whenever the Psyker heals themselves or another character with psychic power or an effect applied by a psychic power, this healing can crit. With the crit chance being related to your willpower bonus. This critical heal chance is increased by all the effects increase critical chance, and the amount healed is increased by the same value. That's fine. That works good with regeneration. Okay, and then Persuasion. Alright, and then we had Fellowship here. And N. Nimble. We already got Nimble. Okay. Dueling Mastery? Yeah, we can get that right now. Okay, then we got SR. Stand Resolute. Whenever the Master Tactician heals an ally, they get 1 resolve till the end of combat. This stacks up to +5. That's honestly not great, because we're getting just endless momentum, endless resolve and momentum from Word of the Emperor stacking. So this is not great. What's something else we can get instead? Personal involvement in the hero's footsteps. Then, momentum is higher than 120. No. Ally coordination. Friendly fire is nicer for all allies. Let's get that. It's nice to have one person with that. Persuasion. Willpower is blocked. Okay, toughness then. And what is that? DFU or OFU? Oh, it's Orchestrated Firestorm upgrade. Doesn't really matter. I never use this. It's not nearly as good as giving Cassia 15 extra terms. Okay. AC. Ally coordination. Already got it. Okay, something else. Comfort and Conformity can do some area of effect healing. See, this one was C, so probably Coercion. And then T, and that's Toughness. And then CI. Did I already get CI? CL, no, not that. Well, we can get Psi rating 3, so never mind, it doesn't matter. So we get Psi rating 3, and then we can get an ability. Alright, so let's see, Metabolic Overcharge. That's where you give someone an extra turn, but they, let's see. They take damage like every turn for the rest of the fight. Warp Speed, target ally increases their MP and agility and their AP. Warp Speed's pretty good too. I don't know if he's ever going to have the AP to cast warp speed, but that might be the best option. Like, if a fight goes on long enough and he's already done all the other buffs, maybe. Alright, warp speed. As Heinrich had that, but Heinrich was a filthy traitor. He's gone now. I mean, honestly, he wasn't really a traitor. He was just hugely disrespectful, and I was like, get the hell out of here. I didn't like how he was acting. Okay, so this level last time we got psi rating, but we already got that, just like last level. So, can get something else here. Could get that. We got it last time. All right, TA toughness, and then C probably coercion. SM. SM. Subtle manipulation. Sure. Alright, TA, toughness, that's already done. Alright, fellowship. DM. Dueling mastery, we've already got that. Could get swift weapon, swift movement, I mean. Don't know if there's anything else I want. Alright, that's fine. Movement points. Can't really go wrong with that. Alright, last volley. Again, it does not matter because it's bad. Okay, and then back to archetypes and... Hold on. So... Wait, are we always an exemplar for our last archetype? Or I guess there's no choice? It doesn't seem like there's a choice. Alright, what is this? What is exemplar? Mere survival in the grim darkness of the far future is no easy task. To thrive in it, a next to impossible one. But some manage to go beyond and become exemplars. Not only do exemplars possess extraordinary knowledge in their given archetypes, but they have also reached the pinnacle of mastery, transcending what is thought to be possible. Core focus, additional abilities and talents from previous archetypes, and new exemplar talents. Okay. So, is there anything new here? Character gains additional wounds. These wounds are further increased by toughness, increasing by blah 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 in the same way as basic wounds. That's cool. At the start of your turn, they restore to... What? Regeneration? That's insane. That is insane. Targets that consider this character priority target do 40% less damage to the character's allies. Lethal threat. Enemies hit by the character with melee attack must pass a willpower resistance test to make them the priority mode. Tricky defense. If you are light armor, your dodge is increased by half the armor bonus of the armor. Critical chance, increase by 20. Character gains a bonus to all resistance tests. Oh my god, there's a lot of new things here. Critical hit chance and damage are increased by 7% of their dodge. Oh man, that'll be really good on casts. Tricky defense. As long as you're wearing light armor, your dodge is increased. Crit velocity, your critical hit I just read that. Unbreakable will, you gain a bonus to all resistance tests. Unstoppable, you become immune to all effects that reduce movement. Gain additional movement based on toughness. Relentless, whenever the character is healed, they regain more health. Martyrdom, whenever the character is attacked by an enemy, they gain momentum equal to the difficulty tier of the attacking creature. Steel Shell, the character's deflection is doubled against single target attacks. Peak Condition, the character gains a bonus to their strength equal to 20% of their maximum wounds. Revenge, whenever the character loses wounds, their next melee attack gains bonus damage. Eager for Battle, first turn of combat, you have +2 action points. Death Dealer. For every round after the character kills the first enemy, the character immediately makes an additional single attack against the closest enemy they can with the same weapon if possible. This attack does 30% base damage with a bonus for every tier of the first enemy killed. Like if the enemy was tier 1, it'll do 40% damage total. Destroyer. Every character's melee attack reduces the target's armor by 2% till the end of combat. This is applied before damage is calculated. It stacks. Grievous Wounds. Enemies with 0 deflection or armor against the character's attack suffer additional damage from the character. Pinpoint Accuracy. Character ignores some of the enemy's deflection. Extermination. Any damage the character deals is increased by 1 for every attack they've made this combat. Does not affect damage over time effects such as bleeding, burning, or toxin. That's pretty crazy. Cataclysm. All damage dealt by the character is increased by 3% until the end of combat for every new enemy damaged by them this combat. Eager Subordinates. When allies take actions on extra turns given by the character, they deal 15% more damage. Decent option for officers. After an ally takes an extra turn provided by this character, they get 7% armor, dodge, and movement points until the end of combat, but does not stack. Oh man, I was about to go, still decent, but if an extra turn given by the character's abilities or talents grants MP, the target gets additional MP. If AP, they get additional AP. Flag Bearer. Allies within 2 cells around the character deal bonus more damage and suffer less damage. If multiple characters have this talent, this effect does not stack.
Almost to the 5-year sub mark. Wait half a decade.
Hey, FCC, welcome. Thank you for the support. I wonder if Flag Bearer would be good on the big 2x2 guy, because it would be a larger surface area for him. Degraded Defense. Whenever the character does damage to an enemy, the enemy suffers +1 stack of Degraded Defense for every 6 damage that character has dealt. Whenever an ally attacks that enemy, they do more damage. Puncture. If the character's armor pen is higher than the enemy's armor, their critical hit chance against that enemy is increased by 2% for every 5% of the difference. Deadly Aim. If the character's dodge reduction is higher than the enemy's dodge before applying heavy or medium armor, blah, 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 your damage is increased. Okay. Precision, Deadeye Shot, no. Crushing Assault, first melee attack each round does an additional 2 damage for every cell between the character's current position and the spot where they started their turn. Okay, so it's like a Russian charging bonus thing. Out of My Way. Whenever the character pushes an enemy, they gain 4 movement points. Those movement points are added after the attack and allow the character to continue movement. Damage dealt by collisions and from pushes increased by 2%. Could put that on the knockback kick thing that the power armor guy has. Combat Meditation, +15 willpower as long as they have no ranged weapons equipped. Stabs do not count. Malign Influence. Whenever an enemy fails willpower resistance test against the character, they suffer direct damage. On success, the damage is doubled. Contagion. When you apply lots of debuffs, one random enemy also gets that debuff. Perfection Under Fire. The character gains +5 to all stats. This bonus is doubled when they have less than a quarter health. Shot Through. You gain an additional over-penetration. Oh my god, we're almost to the end of the list, I swear. Know-It-All. Plus int bonus to a bunch of stats. That's for int characters. Disastrous Collision. When targets pushed by the character collide with enemies or cover, both the target and the object take additional damage. Masterful Display. When the character's single shots deal damage to targets other than their main target, they gain +5 ballistic skill until the end of combat. And then we got some psych stuff. You become an unsanctioned psyker and gain psi rating. Prerequisite. Wait, what? Feature psi rating 0, craft recruiter rog, and Kamarog, and Adeptus Astartes, and Sororitas, and Tech Priest, and Culture Air, Navigator, Cleansing Blood. What? Okay, not all of that. I'm guessing it's psi rating 0 and one of those? How could you possibly be all of those? Okay. Alright, so we got, I feel like we just hit like the epic feats for Dungeons and Dragons. So tough as steel, ton more hit points. Flesh wounds, you basically get regeneration. Lethal threat. Thing is, I don't know how often we get one of these really awesome feat things. So it's like that star thing. So there's you get at least like 5 of them going around. You get additional 12 wounds. They're further increased by toughness, increasing by 10 times toughness bonus. In the same way as basic wounds. 10 times toughness bonus. So my toughness bonus is +6. Am I reading that right? That would give me 60 health? 12 health, let's say, so 72 health. I've got 98 health. So that's gonna give me 72 health? Hold on a sec, hold on a sec. I'm gonna F5. Because that seems absurd. Alright. We got 98 hit points. Let's get tough as steel. And then we pick another thing here. Oh god, I don't... Let's see. We're 98 hit points. Does it say what tier those level ups give? What tier? I didn't notice. Inspire courage, I guess. Alright, 98 hit points. 120. Okay, no, something was way off with my math. That's still a sizable amount of health. But he got 22 hit points from picking that. Okay. And let's see. Her... Let's remove that. And... Where's the tag? Where did it go? All right, we'll give that to him. You know, what I've been doing is using that bolt pistol and this sword. But it looks like if I weapon swap to the two-hander, it's still 1 AP, and then I could swap back to the sword. I wonder if there's any reason why I should not be doing that, because it looks like it's more damage. I'll have to try it out in combat. Alright, so now his single target bolter shots will not miss. Okay, so people were saying he's got some weird feats. I don't mind keeping the huge bonus to the hit point pool on this guy. That's fine with me. Let's see. Let's take a look here. Firearm mastery, unpredictable, plus crit chance. That's fine. Agility. Second skin. Medium armor does not reduce dodge. Yeah, that doesn't help him much. He doesn't use medium armor. Oh, God. Alright. Train. Ulfar. Yes. God dang it. Can't you just be normal? Alright, demolition. Wait, what? Wait. Did it not work? Did I misclick something? Train. Ulfar. Accept. Yes. It's not letting me reset this. It only respecs the second one. Huh? You broke it? I mean, yes, but... Hold on, let me reload and look at it again. Let me reload and take a look at how he's set up right now. Hey, Chip. Okay, so let's see. Look, this guy, C. Yeah, so all it did was it respect him. Oh wait, no, this is the wrong character. Hang on. Okay, so it respect him back to where he was when I got him. It did not allow me to respec the stuff he had before I got him. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but that's what happened. Alright, so let's see real quick. Exemplar, go here. Actually, you know what? Let's get regeneration. And then what was the other thing he was going to get? Inspire courage. That's fine. Alright. Alright, so him... He's right here. So we already have that one. At the end of your turn, you also all MP. Extra attack is Zancy with surface bonus dodge. First time, every attack that you reach 0 wounds on the effect of steady fire, you restore to life. At the end of combat, you don't spend all MP. Additionally, each attack grants plus surface attack dodge 1 round. Let's just do that one. Okay. Seems intentional, otherwise you could change their backstory. Well, you know, someone in chat was like, oh, you need to respec him because he's got medium armor proficiency and he never uses medium armor. And that's correct. But when I respec him, that's not an option. So I'm like, okay, wait, what? Let's have him regen also. What is this? Death World, Trusty Weapons, Wounded Beast, Lifetime Scars. Once per combat. Reloading costs 2 AP less, minimum 1. The first reload in combat does not cost AP. Let's get rapid reload. That was an issue before. Okay. Her. Exemplar. All right. There was something related to dodge, and I was like, oh, shoot, that'd be really good for her. Characters' critical hit chance and critical damage are increased by 7% of their dodge. Her dodge is 148%. Critical velocity, maybe? Yeah, I'll do it. Alright, so JC officer, the RMP. Resistance chest, commanding voice. Increase the range of officer abilities by +3. Oh, that would be good. Let's do that. Alright, Pascal. That's... I don't care. That skill sucks. I'm never using it. I don't care. Alright. Pascal, you're getting tough as steel, because you die really easy. Weak body, weak soul. You do have a weak body, weak soul. Reduces enemies' toughness and willpower by... No. Comprehensive analysis. If the target analysis has 2 or exploits, there's +1 additional. Wait, expose weakness. Oh, no. I don't use that move. Whenever the operative hits an enemy that's affected by... No. Offensive pattern prediction. Suffers 3 times int bonus % less damage from enemies affected by exploits. If an enemy affected by an exploit within 5 cells from the operative attacks the operative or their ally, that enemy suffers +1 additional exploit. Combat insight. When your perception bonus is 10 or higher. What's his perception? 3. Nope. Sharpshooter. If you've not moved this turn, you shoot better. Sure, take that. Alright, Heinrich. Doesn't matter. That skill sucks. Okay. Let's see. Was there anything related to Psy down here? Yeah, there was. Doesn't help though. Let's just get regeneration. Alright, ready to serve. No heresy. Still mind. Allies affected by officer abilities gain a bonus to resistance tests. More than possible. Target to bring it down gains +1 AP. If they finish their extra turn using this ability with 0 AP, they suffer direct damage. That's fine. Get that. Where's Abelard? Okay, unyielding guard. We already have that one. Priority target. Until the end of combat, all allies suffer less damage. Until the end of combat, Vanguard gains... let's get priority target. Exemplar. Alright. Abelard, you're dying too much. Let's get you tough as steel. And then, what do we want here? Stronger together. Doing my part. Living Shield. Enemies suffer -10% penalty to their hit chance and with ranged weapons, including AoE, against the warrior for every enemy in a 1-cell radius around the warrior. Let's try that. Okay. Alright. Quick save. Not worried about Argenta right now because I'm going to be trying out the new fella. Okay. Coronis Expanse map. A brave merchant ruined by his competitors intends to attack Kerle, a flourishing world rich with... I couldn't read that. Alright, so... wants us to go here. Trophies, we've got some stimulants. Is there any level up thing? Sophocracy. Oh, that's what we already have. And I didn't really want to do that. Okay, that's fine. Alright. Yeah, let's go. Alright. Boop, 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 boop. Let's see. Santa Spud request. We can do that during the load. Although I don't really know if it's the season for Santa Spud anymore.
What lies beyond?
Attilius Quint. Let's see if he has anything new to say. Your Lordship, speaking with you is always an honor. Okay, bye. It's always the season for Santa Spud. I don't know about that. Like Mariah Carey, I think it should be put back on ice for a few months. So I haven't checked the log, but I'm pretty sure since we saw that little black and white cinematic earlier that we're in Chapter 4. I don't know how many chapters this game has, though. Yeah, we are in Chapter 4. So the whole Chapter 3 was basically survive the warp or whatever.
In my wake.
Attilius Quint. The secretary is shaking in terror, looking around at the devastation. Your Lordship, what happened? Where is Lady Viat? Oh my god. Chat, when we first came to this planet, like, years ago, we killed the governor because she was consorting with Chaos Spawn. This guy just realized it. This is a very old dialogue. Janus was under two distinct threats. The corruption of Chaos in the form of Vistenza Viat and her associates, and the Xenos who had manipulated the servants of the Imperium. I've dealt with both of them. Heresy? Xenos? He makes a protective gesture in the air. God Emperor, preserve us. Your lordship, you have surely saved us from our doom. We will immediately begin scouring the planet to root out any remaining conspirators and traitors. The secretary begins to speak, but thinks better of it, instead choosing to step aside and bow his head as you pass. Yeah, this was a conversation for quite some time ago.
Patience? My nerves are frayed.
Alright. Did I not have a quest here? Happy Hail the Snail Day, everyone. Yeah, I was trying to think of how to make Mutiny Monday more entertaining, because I love Riftbreaker. I love it. I don't want to put it down, but we've played it so many times. I was thinking, how could we spice it up even more than we already do? Which is, you know, dangerously spicy. I was thinking about making like a spinner program where like it's got like all the weapons and stuff in the game on it, and we spin it, and either we use that to either like choose a weapon and I have to incorporate that weapon somehow, or perhaps like I have to like ban a weapon. Which, like, for some maps, like, for example, if I was playing on the underground map and we banned hammer, I have no idea what I would do. Maybe I'd use a pickaxe, which is, like, just a crap hammer. I'm not sure. Alright, I don't get what's going on here. Oh, that's just points of interest. Okay, I misread this. I thought those were quests I had to do. Okay, so let's go to the Expanse map. Unlimited Bax Moths. Oh my god. Not unlimited Bax Moths. Let's see. Where is some quests? Alright, let's look at our quest log. Hunting grounds. Rumor has it Caligos Winterscale does not have the slightest concern about events in Cronus Expanse and prefers to spend his time hunting. Now may be a good time for the head of the Von Valancius dynasty to pay him a visit to his eminent peer, Nameless Star. And this one is go to Footfall. Foulstone. Dargonus, Thebos, Kiavagama, Foulstone. Where is Footfall? I'm lost. I can't find Footfall. That's where we started at the beginning of the game. All right, hold on. Let me just mouse over all of these. Oh my god, they destroyed Footfall. Map needs a search function. Yeah, I'm completely confused. Wasn't it near the bottom? I thought it was. I don't see it. The warp jump was a success, but the Voxmaster reported the following incident. Beautiful blossoming vines covered the deck and bulkheads in loading bay 6. 2 workers had bent down to take a better look at the flowers, and the vines devoured their faces before strangling them. The bay was then sealed and purged. That's fine. Foulstone, Janus. Space combat available in this mission. Go to Footfall. Where the fucking Footfall? Go to Dargonus. Wait, isn't that Dargonus? No, that's Foulstone. Dargonus is way up there. Oh my god. This is actually stupid. Yeah, we need a surge rod. It used to, I swear it had one of these little stamps next to one of the solar systems for Footfall, but I cannot find it. Look for the maw. The maw. Near the bottom. I don't know what the maw is. I'm sorry. In the circle. Here? Footfall! Oh my god, thank you. That's stupid. Enforcers from different decks of the Von Valancia's vessel report a terrifying sight. The skin of some crew members has become translucent, revealing knots of muscle and blood vessels beneath. Worse yet, small spider-like insects were seen scurrying inside of them, snow white and sparkling like ice. The transformed could not see this phenomenon in themselves or anyone else, only occasionally complaining about a prickly feeling in their extremities. Some were branded as mutants and killed. The survivors reverted back after the vessel emerged in real space. That's all. Old Smashy, you did not know where to go. Shut up. Footfall. Lord Captain, we've received a Vox message from Footfall. The Inquisition has declared martial law on the station due to the threat of Malleus Extremis. Docking will require special permission, and even the most of the asteroids have been cordoned off. The station's custodian, her ladyship Incendia Corda, sends her greetings and invites your lordship to disembark at the docks with a small retinue. Her enforcers will meet you there to escort to another chamber for private audience. Very well, let us take a look at Footfall's new hospitality. As you wish. Atrium is the only option. Yes, bring the angel. Atrium. What's up? He said squeak. New loading screen. The chin scratch loading screen. Long load. Footfall must have added some high definition.
What lies beyond?
Goods. Fireproof cape, immune to burning. I wonder if you could still get the burning deer buff. There's a psychic ability to set an ally on fire so they do more melee damage.
Gamora will not soon forget when they played host to the Edfater at Ulfar. I would love to see their feeble spirits writhing in the storm of souls we wrought.
Perhaps being there would pose no threat to you, mighty Ulfar. But I would likely lose my eyes at the sight of the colors roiling there.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Oh, yes.
We'll see.
Oh, what's happening?
I see dead people.
I can't read the sign that's on them.
one step at a time amidst the madness.
Cargo. Let's see. The stinking mass of charred, partially incinerated corpses smolders under the weight of fresh bodies. Piracy. Heresy. Piracy. Heresy. Blasphemy. Dissent. So maybe that's like their crime?
There will be no peace in my way.
Piracy. Anver. Have mercy. Our families are starving. We have only taken a couple of Nutri-Bars. Lies. I see clearly with my naked eye the corruption that has engulfed your nature. Only the cleansing fire can absolve you now. Guilty. Is that Corda? Corda, you're not you and you're hungry. Eat a Nutri-Bar. Oh, dang! That was enacted quite quickly. Is this fire cleansing enough for you, you crazy hag? The Emperor protects me. Guilty. Burn him. I commend his attempt. Incendia Corda is absorbed in reading a long strip of parchment. Her left hand is holding a silver spoon, with which she is carefully scooping up brain matter from the open skull of the man contorted next to her. Is she eating it? Mugvon Lugvon Valancius, I have been informed of your arrival. Exhaustion has crisscrossed Incendia's features with lines. Her cheek is twisted in a continuous nervous tick, yet her eyes are ablaze with indomitable resolve. A brilliant aura of power and righteous fury surrounds her like a mantle. She gracefully brings a gold plated inhaler to her lips, takes a deep breath, and the fire in her gaze flares like a plasma thruster. Awareness. Examine. Success. One look at Incendia's full dress uniform shows it has not been changed in many days. The collar is greasy and the laces are stained with sweat. The air is tinged and the smell of an inhaled stimulant that is used to give serfs the ability to work multiple watches without rest. Brain snacks, yeah. Point at the man with the open skull. What is that? She sinks her silver spoon into the man's brain and slowly consumes the revolting morsel. She is eating it! I must know the taste of a criminal's thoughts. It is how I learn to recognize their patterns. Disgusting. Unspeakably so. A pure soul cannot conceive or fathom of workings of the criminal mind. The weak embrace their ignorance while the strong banish it. If only you knew what it's like to be familiar with every shade of corruption that lurks in depraved souls. Something wild sparks in her pale eyes. You must not know the first thing about perceiving it, sensing it, peering into people's souls and seeing the heinousness therein. You do not know what it's like to look at their faces and see the brand of their impious deeds. But I know it all too well, and none will escape my wrath. What manner of slaughterhouse is this? Some atrocious travesty of justice? She jerks her chin up and responds haughtily. This is true justice. Unprejudiced, inescapable, and equally merciless to all. You just killed a man for a Snickers. The Lord Inquisitor has bestowed upon me the honor of bringing order to this cesspool of pirates and heretics, to rid Footfall of the corruption that has fettered its limbs and turned this imperial station into a hotbed of free thinking and inefficiency, and I will not rest until all have been judged. Incendia studies you with a predatory smile. It must have been the Emperor's providence that brought you here to my court. It would be my pleasure to indict you for the crimes you have committed. Persuasion. I have just broken out after being held captive by Xenos and Komarog and butchering my way through scores of enemies of humanity. Tell me, am I truly the greatest enemy of the Imperium you've been able to find? That you are loathed and feared by the enemies of humanity does not make you pure in the eyes of the Emperor, but perhaps he saw fit to set you on a different path. one of righteous xenocide and blood-soaked redemption for your faults. I would never dare to go against his will. Draw my weapon. No more judgments. Cease this disgrace and get off Footfall. Incendia touches a panel on the throne's armrest and is immediately shielded by a refractor field. You hear the sounds of alarms going off in the distance. A mocking smile cuts across her face. Go ahead, Muck Von Luck. Give me a reason. The warrior clad in inquisitorial armor announces, the Lord Inquisitor's instructions were to maintain order and ensure his allies' safety, using any methods however extreme they may be. If her ladyship is gravely threatened, we are authorized to detonate the dome over this sector. Doing so will trigger an explosive decompression. The attackers will be destroyed during decompressurization, while her ladyship will be protected by the field projected by her throne. I urge you not to take steps that might be interpreted as an act of aggression. That is so stupid. Oh my god. I hate that so much. It gave me the option to draw my weapon, so I thought I could actually, like, kill this insane lunatic right now. But no, we've got bombs over the whole city. Ugh. What happened between you and Winterscale? Winterscale is a traitor. While the Expanse burns, ravaged by heretics and unhallowed Xenos, he abandoned his duty completely and had the nerve to ignore the Lord Inquisitor's call to battle. My servants are taking over his worlds and ships, while he is hiding from reckoning and indulging his base urges. Soon enough, he too will stand before judgment. Have you and Caligos lost your minds? The Expanse is in a calamitous state, and you two are busy settling scores. You must cease this at once. Negotiating with that mad dog is off the table now. He will merely laugh at your talks of reconciliation and execute your envoys. For too long, Caligos reveled in impunity and believed himself king of the world, says the lady eating brains and executing people for candy bars. So you're in charge of Footfall now? Indeed I am. When the Lord Inquisitor enacted martial law in the Expanse, I offered him my support at once. Footfall was chosen as the Lord Inquisitor's headquarters, and the position of Footfall's liege was temporarily abolished while this war lasts, or perhaps longer than that. All authority was transferred to the station's warden, to me. While the Lord Inquisitor is preoccupied with matters of strategic planning, I am tasked with security and order. And there's much to do on that front. Pirates and smugglers, apostates and cold traders, deserters and outlaws, every one of them warrants attention. Incendia cracks her neck that must have grown stiff after so many hours of reading. Then she picks up another sheet. Everywhere you look, servants are buckling under heavy sacks of new denunciations, warrants, and other documents. Where is the Lord Inquisitor? In the Liege's chambers, coordinating the Expanse's defense. His attention is focused on matters of vital importance, and he is not seeing any supplicants. The soldier wearing inquisitorial armor echoes Incendia's words. Your lordship cannot see the Lord Inquisitor now. However, he bade me to inform your lordship that he will summon you later when the circumstances permit him to do so. Chuckle and point at the hapless assassin's corpse. I could tell you are quite popular with the locals. This attempt was mediocre and far from the worst, but my enforcers and my throne keep me safe. Incendia pats an armrest and smiles. Its refractor field is impervious even to tank shells. That thief Takara had the sacred Drusian relic stashed in one of his storerooms. What makes you think you're entitled to govern this place as you see fit? Such is the law of Footfall. Any rogue trader who arrives here assumes the right of absolute authority. Surely it is not that cutthroat Takara who deserves to rule this station. He will soon be hanging from a noose, and so will his Casbalican henchmen, and so will the Anver firebrands whose outrageous activities brought Footfall so much grief. She looks at you with a gloating smirk. Once you hindered my efforts to subdue this station, and yet here I am now dispensing justice to the wicked. I only regret I was unable to get started sooner. Then Takara's troublemakers would have already been crushed instead of lurking in cargo bays and maintenance tunnels. Regardless, I will deal with them soon enough. Whom do you judge? All of them. Thieves, smugglers, pirates, traitors, heretics, deserters, abettors, harborers, cowards, and perjurers. Any who has ever trespassed, any who has ever protected a miscreant or kept quiet about a crime they knew of, they will all be condemned. With obsessive determination, Incendia starts going through her papers, seemingly no longer aware that she's doing so. More and more new convicts are being granted the great boon of undergoing servitude in perpetuus, and having rid themselves of sinful consciousness, of serving the Imperium free of doubt and wickedness. Footfall will once again become a bastion of law and righteousness. I will eradicate all heresy that prevents the faithless from giving themselves over to the good of toiling in his name. How long has your court been in session already? Incendia seems slightly perplexed by your question. She starts moving signed sentences from one stack to another, then says uncertainly, 3 weeks. The court carries on day and night, so my sense of time eludes me. 3 weeks she's been doping to stay awake. There is nothing just about this trial. Your accusations are contrived, and their purpose is simply to turn the entire population of Footfall into pliant automatons. Do you think I find enjoyment in this? Looking at vileness upon vileness, listening to one excuse after another? I loathe this, and despite every malefactor out there. If I were weak of will, I would have obliterated this foul station with nuclear fire. Instead, I'm here to offering each one of them the right to be judged in his name and the chance to return to his fold renewed. The universe is a terrifying place. We are surrounded by the arch-enemy's machinations and Xeno scum who would deny us our right to exist. The threat is inconceivable, and human weakness will not help us avert it. If man is weak, I rid him of his spinelessness and feebleness, endowing him with the sacred narrowness of mind and eradicating all that prevents him from utilizing his own whole self in the service of the Imperium. Awareness test success. She's not lying. You could tell by her eyes and voice trembling with earnest faith that Incendia genuinely believes in every word she just said. We shall see whether Footfall will thank the Emperor for your reign. In due time, I will weed out all the taint that has been bred here in Footfall for so long, and then pious fear, loyalty, and devotion will once again become the pillars of this station under his watchful eye. Enough words. Your accused wait, and so do my duties. I hate this option. Wait. You have a duty to the Emperor that you must see to. Vladame Takara, the deplorable rebel who once ruled the station, has slipped away from me. He is instigating the people to revolt, killing my servants, and hiding from my wrath with the dexterity of a void rat. My informers claim he often appears in the den of unrest that bears the irreverent name Adeptus Ammassicus. That was the bar where I was supposed to meet Jay, and she didn't show up. We have made several attempts to arrest him, yet he evaded capture each time. Reverend Hieronymus has gone there to convince him to surrender quietly, but his efforts have likewise been unsuccessful. In the interest of Footfall's integrity, Takara must be apprehended. As the rogue trader in authority, I order you to aid me in bringing him to justice. The asteroid where the Adeptus Ammassicus has been located has been cordoned off, but my enforcers will take you there. I want you to lure Takara out of his hole and seize him so that he may stand trial. Do this for the sake of Footfall's liberation and pave the road with my justice will tread. You pronounce Vladame a criminal. Why wouldn't I? That vile rogue's infamy is known to all. He patronized thieves, smugglers, and pirates. By his allowance, heresies and unholy cults flourished. Yet that he has evaded punishment this long can only be described as gross negligence, which I intend to rectify before long. Why did Hieronymus go to the Adeptus Ammassicus? Reverend Hieronymus headed where the rebels are seen the most often, so he could preach to them and sway them to repent. Alas, he still cannot see the difference between those who have erred and those who are beyond any hope of redemption. Lie. I will drag Vladame before this court. Your cooperation will be taken into account, Muk Von Lug. But remember, her eyes flash maniacally, none of the rebel leaders are allowed to die before their trial. I forbid you to execute them without my leave. Yeah, because you want to eat their brains. Oh, I just realized. I think the guy she's eating out of his brain, he's alive. Ugh. Nasty.
In this
there's Luke back here.
tapestry of a world, I
Fargo.
am the rogue thread.
Helmswoman of the Soul Sea, accept this amulet as a token of my respect for your craft. Every experienced ship pirate on Fenris wears one of these.
Thank you, Ulfa. I am pleased to know that I am worthy of the Space Wolf's trust, and even more pleased to see it in the motley flashes surrounding your radiant soul.
Okay, he made her a necklace. How sweet. Alright. Alright. Quick save there, chat. I am out of time, and we will pick it up from here next time, where hopefully we get to turn her shield off and shoot her many times. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. She is, she went from, like, I don't really know her that well to I hate her real fast, chat. Real fast. How you doing, Chip? How you doing, buddy? Oh, stretch. He's like, overload, overload. Too many hands. Oh, he's being indecent. He's being indecent now. We gotta hide him. Okay. All right, chat. Thank you guys for a wonderful morning stream. Couple of plugs on the way out. If you happen to be new, my name is Mukluk. I stream every single day. I have for over 5 years, and I will be back both this evening and also tomorrow morning if you are interested in either of those. I stream every evening and every weekday morning. Hit the follow button if you're on Twitch. Like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. And it really does help us a lot. These are my YouTube channels. I have 2 of them if you want to check those out. And lastly, a special thank you to our dear patrons. They keep this channel alive with their support. There's a link to that if you're interested in getting your name up there and being a supporter and seeing what perks they get. With that, let me see if I can find someone else that I could show some support to. Drop a raid on someone. Oh, Pirate Software is streaming right now. He's awesome. I am going to drop a Twitch raid on another person who I respect, and I will end the YouTube stream here. And I will be back this evening for Mutiny Monday, which is, of course, when we play games that have chat integration, so you guys can mess with me during the game. So, hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Stay safe, and I will see you